All right, everyone. Hope you're all doing good. I hope you're all doing well. It's time for another episode of Speedruns From the Crypt, your bi-weekly horror hotfix. I hope you're all doing good today. Before beginning, we do have a couple of announcements to read for all of you, but then we'll get to some fun horror, game in this case. For one, Summer Games Done Quick 2025 will be live in Minneapolis from July 6th to the 13th. You can register to attend the event by May 26th and use !SGDQ in Twitch chat or visit gdq.gg/games to check out the games list. As well, we do have the official GDQ Discord, and we have a hotfix role in there. We keep tabs on upcoming events, talk with staff, and more. You can use !Discord and Twitch chat for more information on that. Anyway, today we are doing Alien Isolation. I really only have the one game for you. It's long. I kind of forgot to do it a couple weeks ago. I think we had Beeble Thinlon last time, and it would have been fitting to do it there, so we're doing this now. I probably should have swapped the two shows in theory, but around April 26th is something called Alien Day. We don't always get the exact timing of that show-wise because, well, the days are moving, but it's kind of a day of Alien celebration once per year of the Alien franchise. So I thought, why not go to one of the most prolific horror games and just see how wild it can get with our friend Steve. Anyway, we'll learn more about Steve and the aliens with Alien Isolation Nightmare, No Major Glitches with Nico Hart. Take it away.
Hi, welcome on in, everyone. So, it's been a while since I've done some Alien Isolation speedruns, but I'm excited to get back to it and onto probably one of the hardest categories of the speedrunning nature of this game, which is No Major Glitches Nightmare, which is where you have no UI, you don't see what your health is, you don't see how much, damage you're taking, you can die on a single gunshot. It's a pretty lethal category, so fingers crossed that everything should go well. So I'm Nico Hart, a UK variety streamer, speedrunner. I play games with weird controllers like DK Bongos, DJ Decks, a DSLR camera, loads of weird things. And I'm joined by my lovely commentator, Drex, if you want to talk about yourself as well.
Well, hello there, friends. I'm Dre. I'm a friend of Nico. Nico, you're the weirdest, most unfamiliar controller for you at this rate is keyboard and mouse. I mean, that's a really unconventional one. Now, this is going to be... You got everyone nice and warmed up by saying, I haven't played Alien in a while. So with the unfamiliar controller, too, I mean...
Look, it's fine. We know this game on the back of our hand, so it's fine. We got this. We got this.
I mean, I can tell you what mission we'll die in the most, but that would be a fun surprise.
You know what? Why don't you make a prediction? Which one is it? Which one is it?
I'm calling 14.
Okay. All right. I'm going to call maybe 17, actually. I don't know.
Okay. What's that mission in, the underground tunnels with all the alien tubes?
That's 14.
14. Yeah, that's the nest. That's going to be a lot of fun, but even within Novice and Nightmare, I feel like my nest is actually pretty okay, but I say it now. So we'll find out how it goes. The timing's going to be starting as soon as we go, we skip a couple of cutscenes. There's going to be a little loady wheel on the bottom right, and then we'll start. A few other pre-requirements as well is going to be that we're playing the game in voiced Italian with English subtitles. Most of the speedrunners do prefer Italian. French is technically faster by 0.5 seconds, but who cares? We are playing at a cap of 275 FPS. The main reason for that is if you go anything over it, the game freaks out and sometimes you can just fly. It happens. It's a really weird bug.
I love the floating. It's so fun.
Yeah, it's because this game is quite an old one. It's over 10 years now, which is kind of crazy, really, isn't it? That the game is over 10 years old, and you can imagine that newer PCs is a lot faster. So, yeah. Shall we get the game going? I think we should.
Dude, I'm anxious for some Alien.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else we do need to say as a pre-requirement, but I think we're good.
Yeah, I mean, we could describe the category more for those curious.
Absolutely, yes. So we'll do that as soon as we get the first few cutscenes and the time started. So the time will start now. There we go. It's always on the point of loading. It's so hard to get it accurate. This is why we use autosplitters. It does it for us anyway. So let's talk about the starting point. We are Amanda Ripley, which is Ellen Ripley's daughter, in which we're trying to find out more information about why our mother decided to go completely rogue, you know, like loss of communication. We don't know where they are. And so we're trying to go over to the last, like, known point, which is on the Sevastopol station. I think that's right, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. A fun one fact, canonically, this is supposed to be set between Alien and Aliens.
That's the one, yes. I'm going to rely on Drex here for the lore.
I'm only slightly fresh because I just watched Alien again like a couple weeks ago.
Of course.
It's crazy how much they made the movie look like the game, dude.
That's true, that's true. And I've just recently watched Alien Romulus again because I just came back from the US territory and it took me about... I watched like 5 movies on a plane back, so I don't know. Hold on, I'm going to do a new strat. It's the first time I've done this on a thing. This is like the faster M1 strat. I never used to do this. I'm an old dog who doesn't teach new tricks. I don't know.
Looked away the wrong time. Did you trigger Samuels?
I did. He goes,
okay,
Ripley, now you go.
Okay,
oh, here, this way, this one here. There we go. I did it. Yay!
I'm sorry for doubting you. I figured we weren't locked in yet.
I swear every time that we practiced that, you kept looking away.
Mission 1, highest reset count for sure.
It's fine. So the strat that we just did there is that we walked over to like the voice activation points of Samuel's and then we went out. Then we waited inside of it again to a point where we could see him flinch, and that flinch is him basically with the new dialogue set, if that makes sense. So that way we can just kind of like reactivate. I'm going to go forwards a little bit, and hopefully Taylor's voice dialogue activation is a new set as well. We'll find out.
Perfect.
I learned a new strat today.
Yeah, we totally didn't learn this 30 minutes ago. It's okay.
Nah, not at all. Not at all.
But yeah, the trick is Taylor doesn't flinch, so we have to use a silly line if you get the timing right instead.
Cool, so Samuels is on his way back. Yeah, so let's talk about the category as well. No major glitches. Pretty standard, as you can imagine. You can't do any major glitches like the crouch clipping or the FPS toggling, like so we can fly. I'm trying to think if there's any other major glitches that you can do. Oh, psycho running as well, which is basically silent running. I think that's all the major glitches possible, right?
In essence, yeah. The spirit of no major glitches is anything that would break the game in a way that like they wouldn't have tested for when making the game. We try to avoid. Now, the game likes to break in ways that we just can't avoid, so there's a lot of wiggle room. Like, literally, if you just walk forward and strafe left, you just don't make sound. Yeah.
Like, it's a very powerful strat for when you are doing, you know, the actual major glitches runs. But again, if you are purely silent, not allowed. Peak clipping, yep, that's another one as well. Thank you very much. That is another major strat for which we can place a flare inside of a territory, which we shouldn't be able to do by the act of clipping through objects and stuff like that. Can't do it, basically, can't do it. And again, the category of Nightmare is one of the hardest categories because it is like, it's harder than hard, but it removes a lot of the UI so that you are kind of like, almost like it feels like you are playing the game as the character. You don't know how much damage you're going to be taking until you're, you know, you've had the gunshot to the head from one of the humans in this this game, or an alien decides to eat you. It's kind of overall, really, isn't it?
Dude, what if we had the realistic nightmare mode where we had some sort of straps connected to us that electrocuted us with how much damage we took? So how much you hurt is just as much damage as Ripley took.
I mean, that's the future, mate. That's
immersive gaming.
Look, you've been watching too much Shangri-La Frontier, okay?
I'm locked into the VR world right now.
Oh, it's funny because I've watched that show and I can make the references. It's fine. Are we hoping for Flare RNG, iFlipsy? Let's talk about that, actually, shall we? Because another thing about Nightmare is the fact that there is not a lot of loot anywhere. We are going to have to be as resourceful as we can for literally anything that we can pick up. It is like a diamond in the rough because your chances are so slim to get anything. There are like preset requirements, like not requirements, there are preset flares that you do find throughout the actual game, which we do end up using for like certain strats here and there. But the rest of it, like, we do have to like kind of craft different items as well, and we do get like scrap, we do get like all the building blocks for some of the other like weapons, like, you know, ammo or flares or smoke bombs and stuff like that. So literally you have to just pray for good loot, and that's hard.
Just waiting in anticipation is the difficult part of the run.
Exactly. So, we should probably just talk about what happened. Actually, like, you know, we just kind of like sidetracked from everything. We were basically trying to get ready to try to go over towards Sevastopol. So it was ourselves, Samuels, and Taylor were all on like an EVA line that were like, you know, trying to walk over in space over towards it. And then asteroids and the meteoroids, asteroids, all you know, made that not a great experience. They tether the line, we go spiraling into space, but we somehow luckily managed to end up in one of the airlocks in Sevastopol and then gain our oxygen back, and we're good to go. We also did a little strat when we were standing up as well by holding forwards. Doing that allows you to kind of like walk a little bit faster, kind of like losing your slow momentum properties basically. So yeah. And then from that point, we're now trying to do what is the most obvious kind of thing in these kind of horror experiences, which is trying to figure out what on earth is going on, really. We're also able to bind the E key to the mouse wheel. This allows us to be able to like activate these prompts a little bit more easier than it would be if we were to spam the E button, if you know what I mean. So it is a nice little quality of life speedrunning. What did I activate?
100% strats, 100% is blessed.
I don't normally play the dialogue logs, but there you go.
Looked
Italian
like
dialogues.
loot. I can't blame you, man. I can't blame you.
Look, you press E too rapidly, you're gonna hit everything around you. It's fine.
Right. That's another fun quirk of the game. Kind of like it bugs out above too high frame rate. It pulls for keyboard inputs at a far lower rate than mouse inputs. So when you're mashing E with the keyboard to do a generator, you're very speed limited to how many inputs you can send. Versus the mouse, you can send far more. So that's why the scroll wheel works so well.
You know that the scroll wheel technically is also limited to a max, and if you go like if you scroll over the max, that's a pass, Axel.
Let's go.
That was good. Okay, so for those who want to know what I'm cheering about for fast Axel, Axel can take up to 10 seconds of just standing around and doing nothing. If he runs as soon as like that sound triggers, that's pretty good actually. So we probably like saved a good like 5, 6, 7 seconds. So happy days.
That green cow at the top right's your time save.
That's true. That's true. Also, I'm just gonna make sure, point out the comment there in the chats. They say do not scroll the wheel at M12. There's a very well-known bug that if you scroll the button press on the cart in M12, the cart will just disappear, and you'll fall and die. It's not a good idea to do that. So it's kind of a meme, but sometimes we do forget. It's like 1 out of like 1,000 chance we forget and we end up losing the run because we accidentally scrolled.
That's giving me a lot of credit, man.
Come on. Okay.
I genuinely lost a world record pace run once because I scrolled in mission 12.
Oh.
Fun fact though, I mentioned 100%. That is actually a genuinely used strategy for 100%. You can do it out of bounds by falling. Yeah, if you fall right and you peek and cancel the fall damage, you can fall down and grab the log with save some time on the backtrack.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know. Like, I haven't done any of. Okay, so Dre, you're going to talk a little bit about 100% and low percent in a second because that is a whole different beast of a category as well. But I couldn't do things like that as well. This is why I opt to runs like no major glitches because it's pretty I say pretty easy, but it is a very fun like speedrun to learn and a fun category to learn as well. I think I remember starting to learn to speedrun this back in 2018? 2019? No, 2019 I think it might have been. Oh god, I'm old.
2019 sounds about right.
Yeah, because it's about like a year after I started streaming, so
because I think it was just after I started running.
Oh god, we've been doing this for a while,
Dude,
man.
we're old, man.
Like, this is what I mean as well. Like, as like somebody who hasn't. Because, like, okay, let me give you guys a lowdown as well. I've literally just come back from holiday. So I haven't really had like the most ample time to be able to like, you know, practice speedrunning and stuff like that as well. So I've jumped into it like very quickly after like holiday and watched a world record run from XR Man this morning, like not this morning, like about 2 hours ago. And I remembered everything. You know, if you do a speed run like continuously for a while, you remember everything, which is pretty cool. Yeah, okay, so whilst we're waiting for Axel, Axel's basically going to be taking us into his little layer area, sort of like the safety area, if you want to say it. And he's going to give us like a briefing, a lowdown on what's been happening all within this, you know, within Sevastopol. Drex, talk about low percent and any percent. I mean, than 100%, because again, those are different beasts of categories.
I'll give the quick rundown while we're waiting for. I'll start with saying mission 2 is kind of like the tutorial mission. So the reason we're getting distracted to talk about other categories is because as we reset all these runs, we have to do this extremely long mission every single time. And Axel's very slow as he slowly points to you all the things you might have to mess with on the station to get through the game. So we like to get a little bit distracted. So that said, yeah, as a quick rundown, us alien enthusiasts, we can't get enough of the game, so naturally we come up with more absurd ways to play the game, to torture ourselves, I mean, to enjoy it as much as possible. So, namely, yeah, we have kind of two different category deciders. We have our glitch tech rules and then our actual game completion rules. So the game completion rule is kind of the much more traditional sense of the game, which is we have the any percent, and then we have a...
Axel, what were you doing there?
He got confused. He was trying to gaslight
into me, then like, whoops, I'm over here now.
Gaslight gatekeep girl boss.
Come on. I don't think I've actually seen that before.
Sometimes it'll runs the wrong
after
way.
holidays, and I'm already encountering weirdness from Axel. Good stuff.
He misses you. He misses you.
I've missed Axel. Well, I won't be missing Axel any longer. Anyway, sorry. Continue.
No, it's okay. It's okay. So yeah, we like the run completion category. That's kind of the one you see in most speed runs as the different categories. So any percent is do anything to see the start cutscene and then see the end cutscene. That one opens up to many interesting glitches and playstyles. Then we have as a rule of the, okay, well, let's like get through most of the game. So we have all missions. All missions is the most common category, most popular category. That's what we're doing today. Then we have 100%, which is an attempt at what all the collectibles would be. It's not perfect because the game's achievements are set up where you'd have to play it multiple times to get all the achievements. So our compromise for 100% is collect all the items, listen to all the logs, and one other thing I'm totally blanking on at the moment because I'm not as goated as I need to be good 100%. And so the idea is, though, it's you get everything. You go through all the corners. It requires some cool strats like going out of bounds to find some cool stuff. And then finally there's low percent, which is essentially an all missions type of category, except that it's more of an additional challenge. So we can't pick up any items that the game doesn't force us to, which also forces a bunch of interesting new strategies and makes you really, really familiar with some of the nuances of the behavior in this game. Then the other half of the categories.
Isn't it with low percent that you do like the locker glitches as well, right?
Oh, which locker glitch? Forgive me.
I noticed two of them where you like teleports locker stuff. Does that make sense?
Teleport lockers.
I noticed some weird like teleportation with lockers and stuff like that recently. There's been a lot of development since I've kind of like
that might be a new one for me.
Maybe there's been a lot of development. Like there's been a lot of cool things that have been happening with like Alien Isolation within the last like 2 years or something like that. Like there's been a influx of new runners, new things found, like wild like new mods and stuff like that as well. Speaking of mods, we'll talk about different mods in a bit as well because there's been some fun stuff from Map here recently, hasn't there?
Yeah, just different categories isn't the full extent of the way we like to I mean, entertain ourselves.
Absolutely.
But that's just a good segue though to the other way we have categories in this game, which is the glitch tech. So the locker teleportation probably wasn't no major glitches. I've only ran like low percent no major glitches. But no major glitches is what we're doing here today, right? General rule is play it as the developers intend. We would just call it the glitchless, except that again, this game has glitches we just can't really prevent by means of the game
speaking about that, we are going to be doing a minor glitch in this run. It is allowed. Minor glitches are allowed, as long as it's been, vetted by the Master 7 as well. We'll talk about that when we get to mission 13, right?
Oh, you're thinking of that one? Yeah.
Yeah.
We literally have a big spreadsheet of what is and isn't allowed for every mission.
Yep.
So if you come up with a new strategy or a new route, it needs a full-on approval process, pretty much. Good safety save, good thinking. I wasn't even locked in.
Yeah, right. Let's talk about this bit first. So we're taking a safety save here because, again, humans are lethal. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to try to distract them by throwing a flare over here, doing loads of crouch hopping, which adds a little bit more silence, not full silence. They're looking at me.
Well, no, maybe. Uh-oh, spaghetti.
Wait. Yep. I was like, will they look at me and be like, who cares about him? I don't know. Basically, the way that I threw the flare there was a bit off kilter, so it didn't really land exactly where it wanted to be, which is over there. That's better. Yeah, they're not looking at me now. Good. So
this is the intended use of the strat. It's okay. We're using up all the bad luck in anticipation of mission 7.
Exactly. Mission 7 is going to be pain, but it was kind of interesting because, I was watching the world record run earlier on today, and I did a strat that I'm not normally accustomed to, and after a few realizations, I can just do it. So you never know, if the patterns line up well, might go okay actually. Ooh, nice. Normally you don't get anything there in Nightmare, I think, so I'll take that.
That's a rare one.
Yay! So we got the bad strat earlier on, but we got the good loot. It's a compromise.
You also got a good Axel too. That's when I always mess up, where I'll stand and stare at that door for 10 seconds before he teleports. Because he wasn't close enough when I went into the room. So good good movement on that one.
Yeah, easy peasy. I almost forgot to press E there. Every time. Again, I'm rusty.
I mean, it's the stuff that becomes muscle memory, right? It's like you forget to think about it.
Yeah, oh god, I'm sorry I'm going to butcher your name. I know you said it to me a while ago. I think it's this phase. They mentioned all flare throws are allowed. I believe so, yeah.
Yep, that's what we use in Mission 7. That's what we were practicing earlier, is deliberately make them see it through the wall. But again, that's one that's genuinely hard to avoid by means of they didn't make the walls quite as opaque as they should be.
Yeah. Look, if the game offers, thin walls, we take it, right?
Exactly. I mean, it's just kind of, yeah.
Weirdest thing I've said in a while. All right, so here's a fun little fact. We're obviously going to be going on our way towards the Lorenz Sistek Spire, but if you run around in this area at this point after you press the button, the Xenomorph is very, very active and actually can kill you right here. So take it from me, a hot tip from Nico Hot. Don't run around and be an idiot in life and in this video game, because you could end up being eaten by a Xenomorph. And in real life. Wait. Anyway, so yeah, just keep as silent as you can. Literally don't move, basically, is the best way I can say it.
There's no loot to collect back here. Your target's right there. There's no reason to move here either, unless you like to live on the edge.
On the edge!
I mean, maybe if you wanted an excuse to reset your mission too, you could forget there's no loot.
If your category was how long can you feasibly play the game, then sure, go for it.
How long well, then you need to play one of the modded playthroughs.
let's speak about the mods before we go into the nitty-gritty of Mission 3. So there is a friend of ours by the name of Matt Fear who has made a very cool sort of like system for alien isolation called, was it Cathode, or what was it called again? No, it wasn't Cathode.
Open Cage.
Open Cage. Why did I think of Cathode?
Cathode, I believe, is the name of the engine Alien uses. So Open Cage.
That is it. Yeah. So yeah, part and parcel. So yeah, with Open Cage, you can do a lot of modification with Alien Isolation, and to the extent that you can stringify the Xenomorph, you can turn the Xenomorph into Thomas the Tank Engine. You can do a lot of things. And
I love Steve the Tank Engine.
It was so funny to play. I think I was like one of the first few people to actually stream that as well. I think Matt Fear actually gave me exclusive access as a streamer to play that before anybody else, so that was cool actually. I'll take that.
Surely if you quote unquote accidentally forgot to turn off Thomas the Tank Steve for this run, I mean, no one would have noticed or cared.
You know what? Next time I should just submit a Thomas the Tank Engine run for a hotfix. That'd be great. That'd be great actually. Oh yeah, get that there. There we go. Right, I need to be a little bit careful here. I kind of mess up the pans a little bit, but this should be
fine.
Like
you're doing fine, yeah. Yep, just watch. Oh, you're good. Yeah.
I know there is like another method that you can do this whole thing, like throwing a flare and stuff like that, but I'm not exactly the most acquitted with that technique. So.
I don't recommend it, especially for marathon anyway, because flares are few and far between.
That's
and
true.
you still usually take at least a punch or two on that strat.
It's not a good idea.
It's a strat really if you're just grinding for world record and you need a few extra seconds.
Yeah. So you did get a little bit of an insight of some kind of animalistic nature of being inside of that room there. Like you only saw like a slight a glimpse of it through the shutter phase there. So it's a little bit like worried because you could hear what's going on. I don't know why I'm getting these early, but sure, why not?
On marathon does not hurt to get a bit extra loot for sure.
Yeah, like it's always good to be able to get like extra loot, like, you know, just search for any of the boxes that you can, because again, it might have something. So this is the black box that I was kind of mentioning a little bit earlier on, that we're trying to find like our mother's last known whereabouts, but unfortunately, ours are corrupted.
What do you mean? This is why we're here. We're done. The game over. It's over.
Yeah,
it's all
game's done. Leave. Sorry, Dunno. Bye.
Go home. Take a nap.
Yeah, look, the nap I took earlier made me feel worse. I'm getting older. Naps are painful. Okay. Oh. Look, trying to reset your sleep schedule is not a good idea, especially if you just come from USA to UK to then reset it again.
Oh, you got all the.
Oh yeah.
Too locked in.
I'm too busy talking about my sleep schedule. It's fine. Anyway, so this is the first kind of like hacking mini game that we get presented here. It is essentially just 8 icons, like symbols, 4 on 2 rows, and you got to try to like navigate between each of the symbols to correspond the matching symbols that it presents you in the top part of the screen. Oh, pressing that 3 times fast. Anyway, we're going to be doing that again momentarily, and then afterwards we're going to be having a tasty little visual treat for all of our alien friends, is all I'll say. 1, 2, 3. And the reason that we're pressing the button with our scroll wheel afterwards is that it just does take a few extra milliseconds of the animation time away from the pull down, basically.
Yes, also, acceptable minor glitch. You just set it down faster for some
Say hi to Steve. So his Egg Dice earlier mentioned Steve. This is Steve. Everyone say hi. Hi, Steve.
It's the boy.
All right, the first time that you ever see this set animation, it is so scary. I remember my first playthrough seeing this little bit. I was scared. I won't lie. I was about to say something else, but I realized probably not safe to say anyway.
Alien is a game or a franchise. They tested a lot of those boundaries.
And again, it's so enthralling every time that you do end up seeing them off in any kind of points, because it still feels real.
I might save if I'm you. All right, I guess we're sending it.
Yeah, I'm sending it. Whoops. Here we go. I'm going to say nothing for a second. You take over.
Too much. Just trying to be the what is it? The Legend of Zelda fairy on that. Hey, listen.
Why did I do this to myself? That's fine.
Perhaps the goat?
Ayo.
All right. I'm gonna celebrate now. Done.
Hooray!
Woo,
I should not have done that, but you know what? Everything's fine.
Hey, you know, I was wrong for doubting you. we never reset runs there.
Normal marathon like runs, we would probably take a safety save before that because again, this is Nightmare. I hadn't saved in a while. That could easily go wrong. Everything's fine. Cool. Why is my game? The game was kind of like, you know, I would say lagging a tiny bit there, but I think it's like it was just still was trying to load in a few things there. That was weird. Anyway. Moving on. So, now that we've done that, we've safely escaped the Xenomorph. Everything's fine. I forget what exactly happens in Mission 4, but I think we're still trying to find a way to be able to recommunicate with Taylor and Samuels, because we don't really know if they're, you know, if they're on the...
No.
Oh, 1 second. What am I doing here? There we go. If they're on Sevastopol at all. So when we get to Mission 5, we do end up meeting both of them, and we've got to try to help them at some point. Do you remember when we do Mission 4?
Yeah, absolutely. So you're on the right track with the story-wise. You mentioned we got the spacewalk onto the station went catastrophically wrong, and we got stranded from our crew. So our #1 goal actually was just looking for the crew instead of the black box. So we're still on the hunt. What we're going to do here is hack into comms and see if we can hear any messages, try to contact the Taurans, see what's going on. We ended up picking up an emergency broadcast from Samuels in a little bit. It's a cutscene we're going to skip, unfortunately, but he says, hey, we're here. Taylor got hurt. We're in medical, but we need medical supplies. Come to medical. And so as soon as we do that, all the alarms start blaring. We got to get out of here and make our way over to medical.
Also, this is Mr. Hughes. Everybody say hi to Mr. Hughes.
Oh, yeah, some good lore development here as well. The androids aren't supposed to do that.
No, they're supposed to be friendly Joes, aren't they? But doesn't seem too friendly.
He's way too friendly right now.
Yeah. Everybody say bye to Mr. Hughes.
Hi, Mr. Hughes.
Oh, nice strawberry jam there. Not edible strawberry jam, okay?
Well,
no.
it's expired.
Anyway.
Try to refrigerate
a little bit expired. Good old Jello and stuff like that. Yum yum.
This is getting cursed.
I'm stopping there. Right, so we are gonna try to go through a little bit more. Try to like look at the bodies in the boxes. Just no, I'm not. I thought he wasn't gonna come and scare me like that, but it's fine. I hope he's not going to be an issue.
No, if you press a button right away, he doesn't get there in time. Well, he
nearly did. He nearly did.
Somehow you managed to make that tense anyway.
Oh. Sometimes it's not the Xenomorph that's scary. The androids are more scary than the Xenomorph.
Yeah, right.
By the way, some Epsilon. Nice Rush Hour 2 reference there, by the way. Ain't gonna be no Rush Hour 3. By the way, Rush Hour 2 is one of my favorite movies, so I like you even more, by the way. Yeah, so we kind of just like did a little bit of a dodge there, like kind of like very, very finely just like held right against that android there, because we wanted to be able to make sure that we don't get grabbed by the androids, because sometimes the grabs from the androids can be lethal and sometimes they can't be, but depending on the kind of grab, we need to be very, very careful that we don't get grabbed in the first place. So that's why we do these kind of like strafes against the android. So just so you kind of understood, we also hit the back of that terminal because the distance between where the android was to where we were kind of like gives the terminals a weird property of like, hey, you can just, you know, just do the thing now.
Yeah, there's supposed to be a mini game you have to do to activate the cutscene, but if you're there fast enough, it just doesn't.
Nice. That's fast, by the way.
Nice, Android. Here's a cool tech.
I saw that from the world record run. I was like, huh, I normally shoot. That's better. So I did. The end.
Save that ammo.
Yeah, that's another point as well. With the fact that we are doing Nightmare, the chance of us getting like ammo is again lesser. So anything that we can do to prevent using our ammo, like that wrench here that I normally don't do, actually do good. So, you know, thumbs up.
Yeah, if you have to use more than one bullet per an enemy in an area, it's probably already over. It's so scarce, so we have it very carefully plotted where to use bullets in the run.
I don't know why I'm saving here, but I'm doing it anyway.
Not a bad place for it.
I mean, I would probably want to do that like towards mission 16. Yes.
Mission 16.
You can tell I'm a little bit 15.
That'd be some crazy pace if this were 15 already.
That guy always scares me, especially in Nightmare. He just decides to go one way or the other.
Yeah, he's really weird. They're all
that
weird
little guy there, I like to do something called the Texas two-step, which is that I step to the right, and then he goes to the right, and then I just bugger off to the left. I don't know what it's anything to do with Texas two-step, whatever it is, but sure. Okay, so
not to be
we safely got
dubstep.
That's yeah, true. We safely got past that area. That's like the first kind of like major concern area for the speedrun. That's it could go right, it could go wrong. Well, mission 3 is I should not have been running there, really, should I?
Your timing was perfect, actually. That's exactly as long as you can. Basically, once your tracker beeps, then you got to be quiet.
I'm gonna be selfie just in case. Good idea. Ooh, flare. Sometimes I'm like, I get so like squirrely, like, ooh, nuts, ooh, a tree. Like, I'm like that with flares, man. Like, anytime that you get a flare, like, it can be very, very useful, though. That's the major thing about it, because it is a good distraction tool for the Xenomorph at the same time. There are loads of different flare strats that you can pull off. So, if you somehow manage to get an abundance of flares, good going, really, because then you can actually sort of like, you know, quick think of strats on the fly that could actually help you out later down the road as well. So if we do have an extra flare later on, we could do some flare strats in 17, actually. Yeah.
I actually saw a comment earlier that was wondering what piece of gear we craft the most. And the funny thing is, if we're talking about just the loot, the flares are arguably probably the most valuable piece of loot in the entire speedrun.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know if that counts for the answer because we don't craft the flares, but, you know, they might go. So yeah, if we see a flare, I mean, it allows us so many good backup strats. Like that mission 3 shot we're talking about, that demands a flare, so it's one of those you don't want to do unless you have one to spare. And saying you have a flare to spare in mission 3 is ambitious.
Bye, Taylor. You're hurt. Who cares? Anyway, so we've now finally met up with Taylor and Samuels. We did talk to them over that that terminal thing that we interacted with a moment ago. And they were like, hey, we're over here. Come to us and we'll help you. You know, you scratch your back and I scratch mine. Wait a second. So we're trying to get a trauma medical kit for Taylor so that we can basically help them because, you know, they're not looking so good. And to do that, we have to navigate more throughout Sevastopol, like more different areas, like to get to where we need to. And it's kind of like a big thing that we should talk about this game as well. Is that like very much reminiscent to like games like Resident Evil, stuff like that as well, is that like they kind of use the same area constantly. You don't quite realize it, but you do end up like going through the same area like multiple times throughout your playthrough experience. And big examples of that are what we just went through there into like mission 5, and then that's, I think, is also reused again in mission 12, right?
Yes, 5.
12, 15.
I'm getting myself confused. 5 and 15, dude. There's another one this year as well.
I think it's 12. I think it is 12, actually. I might be wrong, but I think it is.
12
right,
uses...
so
oh, go ahead, yeah.
no, is it 11? I was trying... I'm just saying numbers right now. Right, so here's the thing about this. This is Dr. Cool Man. He's extremely cool and he's a man. We are not going to be saying Cool Man later on, but for the meantime, he's Cool Man. He's basically telling us again. They chill. It's a bit frosty. We are trying to help him so that he can help us. Once again, it's a very sort of like you scratch your back, I scratch mine. I'm getting it mixed up, aren't I? So he's wanting us to get I think it's like an ID card from a body that's held. Is it an ID card that he wants? I'm trying to think about it.
Yeah, to access the lower medical storage supply.
That's what it is, yeah. And because he doesn't want to get involved in stuff like that, that's why, you know, we have to do it all for him because we're the threat, so we have to do it. Yeah. So the code here is 1702. Now we're going to do a fun little strat here, which is where we press our aim button to kind of get ourselves out of the camera lock there of the animation of the Xenomorph dropping, or sorry, Steve dropping. Oh, you know what sucks? Oh no. You know what sucks? I'm on a 10 keyless, so I couldn't do my 1702 quickly. Oh no.
This will be, I'm just going to sit back and watch this now. This is going to be fun.
How dare you? So,
I don't have any backup strats.
because I'm not normally used to like 10 keyless when it comes to speedrunning Alien Isolation, I realized that on a wrong turn. So I might actually opt into using my wireless keyboard, which is not really great for gaming because it actually has the keypad on it, surprisingly.
You could plug in both and then be really bold.
It technically is connected. I could just swap out on the fly if I want to, but then I'd have to do some weird janky setups.
Keyboard on the desk, wireless keyboard on the lap.
I'll think about it. So it is going to be the case that I might be entering the numbers in slowly when it may require me to go fast. But I think this is the only one that it requires me to go fast if I wanted to be on a specific pattern, which I had to slow it down because we were completely off pattern, basically.
Yeah, it's
and the reason that we were off pattern.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, the reason that we were off pattern. Sorry, I'll finish quickly. The reason that we were off pattern is that we wanted to try to get as far away as we could from the Xenomorph whilst it's still in its animation phase. And because I was still struggling at the actual, you know, the keypad inputs, means that like they could probably know whereabouts we are, especially whilst we're on Nightmare as well. So yeah. A bit worrying. Also, I think this is your last time you're going to be able to say hi to Cool Man. So if you want to say hi to Cool Man now, you probably could do that. Yeah, so...
Hi, Cool Man. Okay. You're really cool.
There it is. I feel like I could have gone a little bit earlier, but it's fine.
Yeah, as soon as he flinches, but, you know, it was good for dramatic effect.
Yeah. Because you could hear the scary music and then the Xenomorph ends up killing Cool Man. You just heard that there.
No, I was musing earlier, like, man, my timing on when to start saying something's really bad. And then I started saying, man, my timing's bad as I was interrupting you again. So
no, you're fine, buddy.
Like, I haven't talked on the internet in so long, dude. I'm so washed up.
Hi, I've been on holiday for like 2 weeks. I don't remember how to stream. Could you take over for this little bit here, if that's okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because this bit does take a bit of concentration.
Yep, this is a good focus section. Basically, the most important part is that Nico is very quiet here. So this is a place where the alien is super active, but he's not patrolling. But if Nico makes, you know, 4 running steps instead of 3 running steps, he's gonna drop and inspect things, and then the entire mission routing goes crazy. So what we need to do, though, is we can start with this beginning room. He got the Stombaton, which is a really helpful tool for humans and not at all helpful for anything else. Actually, androids you can temporarily distract a little with some. But anyway, start with the middle room, and then it's kind of this back and forth game, but we're trying to get into a vent, which requires using this machine on the wall. We can't get in this room unless we unlock the other room, and again, all while not being able to run without making somebody angry. So, yeah, it was very well done, though, very smooth.
So what I'm going for here is the explosion strat. So there's kind of like 2 strats you can do, which is either where we did the vent access, you can throw a few flares in there and then shoot the gunshot in this chamber here so that the Xenomorph will drop back there and then go towards where all the flares were. But again, that uses a lot of flares. but this is kind of like was used in the world record run, so it is probably like one of the more like safer and viable strategies and potentially faster. So that's what I'm going for. So I'm going to go back to silence for this little bit here, okay?
I happen to be a pretty big fan of the boom strat.
It's loud, it's fun, it's good time. All right, so 2, 5, and 5. So I'm going to struggle for this one again. I'm going to save before I do it, actually.
Good call. Yep, good spot for safety save.
So weird typing like that about the numbers.
Hey, it was pretty smooth.
Okay, so here we go.
So that's supposed to be a jump scare, except that if we know it, we can use it to our advantage.
Okay, right, let's see how this goes. Because again, we are trying to go very pattern-based at the moment, and if it doesn't go right, it's not good. But at least I've done a safety save, so it's okay. But okay, so here's the trauma kit. I got it just about. And then we want to try to make our way over as quickly as possible. Oh, there's a loot there, okay. And from here, we are trying to reactivate this way so that we can essentially like turn on the electricity in the area, which can also then open up like new directions for us to go. I'm going to try something else that was also in the world record run as well, which is going to basically speed up the wait time that we would have for after you've activated all the electricity and the emergency stuff, basically. For the meantime, there was a comment in the chat there about the AI of the alien. Did you want to talk a little bit about that, Dre?
Sure, but one note I'll insert first. I recommend doing the save load here for the free med kit.
Yeah. I'll be doing that. That's what I mean.
Awesome. Yeah, so once we get in this room, we're safe for until this sequence finishes, and if you don't walk under the vent right there. But yeah, the AI of the alien. So that's one of the most novel features of this game, is that I guess the AI of the creatures. I'm so used to that referring to LLMs now. It feels weird to say, but the AI of the alien in this case follows a tree-like structure where behaviors are unlocked on nodes on a path. So instead of being a very set, simple procedure, as you perform things in the game and as he catches you some ways or avoids you other ways, it unlocks more nodes on this tree. So it appears that he is learning your behaviors to make the game more immersive. Now, all the while I'm saying that this is a very intense exit part, partially dependent on the formation of the humans. So Nico's gonna be listening very closely for where they are.
Molotov.
Oh, nice.
Ooh,
listening very closely.
Okay, by the way, loud jumps, loud noises. So if you're, just as a precaution, if you need to take your headphones off because it's loud, now is the point.
Yeah, this part gets a bit crazy. Literally the loudest sound of the entire game.
Yeah, literally. So it's fun because, you know, Xenomorph. Oh, wait, why is it still not here? It's loads of explosions, loads of fire. Oh, boy. So there's no easy way to say this, but we need to get out of here ASAP. So this is probably one of the fun parts of this run, which is all we got to do is just scroll a mouse wheel and hold up. That's it.
And then scroll some more.
That's it. This is how we climb. Don't take this as like real world experience of like how you climb because it does not translate. But you just hold the W key and scroll your mouse wheel. I don't know if like I don't think that would work in real life anyway. But that's fine.
I mean, as a rock climber, I can say all you gotta do is just go up.
I mean, good luck with that.
Just go up.
Oh.
You need to go up higher.
Tell me about your next rock climbing experience of you just like with a keyboard there like that, for example, okay? Okay, so this is where we're going to be going into one of the toughest missions in the game, which is Mission 7, which I will be letting Dre just talk for a while.
Yeah, I'll try to get the... Oh, go ahead, sorry.
No, don't finish his sentence there.
I'll try to get the short of it out of the way quickly, and I'll just be quiet so Nico can focus, because there's a lot that goes on, just like Mission 6 here, but like much worse There are so many formations and patterns that are just kind of random chance that we need to get lucky on to go exactly our way. We're going to try to drop any number of lures to make that as likely as possible. But unfortunately, Mission 7 is just the notorious chaos mission where so many things can go wrong here.
Can and will go wrong.
Yeah, so I'm just mostly letting Nico listen beyond being like, oh, you good, you got this. Wait,
sorry, I did a little like minor strat there as well, like minor glitch there, which was peak falling, which was like as you hold peak as you fall, which Dre mentioned earlier, you do negate your fall damage, and which means you can run straight away. So that was a visual demonstration of it. But if you wondered why I just randomly walked a little bit faster there. All right, ooh, loot. I don't know what it was. Okay, so time for me to lock in. Dre, take it away, buddy.
Sure.
I'm getting a lot of loot, by the way. Wow.
This is they know we're doing a marathon, I think.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe it's preparing us for the chaos to ensue in mission 10. Or anyway,
yeah.
So what we're doing here, there's kind of two major sections to Mission 7. We're going to first run into the warehouse and grab a compression cylinder and then run back out of the warehouse. Simple idea. Problem is,
here we go, new strats for me.
Find the locked door. The substantially faster way to unlock that door is to use these humans to our advantage. Open the door for us, trying to look for us, and they, hopefully won't find us. But it saves us a solid, I think, 2-3 minutes from getting
something like that, yeah.
Another sequence to have an android open it for us. So yes, ideally it happens in order to manipulate their behavior, and also for the losing us part. This is where the save load is going to come into play. The AI will reset. So the state of the human's AI will reset slightly on a load event. It'll also teleport them. So they're in the now all of a sudden lost us looking for a state instead of the know where they're going state. So Nico now has to be quiet, as otherwise it will direct them back here. But he's gonna, if we're doing it right, hopefully, coming to the moment of truth. This door will be in the process of being opened. Oh, that's looking good. So this is 1 out of 3 humans. So very, very carefully, the timing is such that we lure just 1 of the 3 humans to open the door, so we don't have the other 3 standing there waiting for us, or the other 2 standing there waiting. Now, of course, Steve is also a threat here, so that's why Nico is continuing to be quiet in this room. We want to make a little bit of chaos in the exit. We're going to throw one of our super valuable flares. The wall, almost dead ahead now, is kind of paper thin, and so when the flare gets laid up across it, it's actually going to be visible from the other side, which will draw the humans in a weird panic mode because a flare was thrown, they don't know where it came from. Kind of Skyrim Whiterun guard type of vibe going on. We're gonna now sneak out of the warehouse and have them kind of panic as they run to it. They do this weird backward run. Oh, that's not quite what we wanted. Backup strats. That's pretty good. Humans going this way. So you can see even that wall right there, some of the flare peeking through. So that's exactly what the humans saw. Now, this is an example of not exactly the pattern that was going for, but it looks like Nico just might clutch this through. My fingers are crossed, my toes are crossed, my legs are crossed. I'm just doing the full body twist right here. And then looks like it's just a very safe, quiet exit, and maybe we're in the clear at Deathless Mission 7, knocking on wood.
Nope. He saw me just out of the corner there.
I'm sorry, my desk is plastic, not wood, so I technically knocked on plastic.
That was really good, though, for a first go. That was really good, by the way, so I'm really proud up to that point.
Dude, absolutely. Oof. So you'll see a bit of rinse and repeat here, but the cool thing is the save load strat also means we have a safety save, so kind of a win-win that way.
Man. Oh my god, that was really tense.
When is Mission 7 not tense?
True. All right.
Oh, he saw you peeking. Yo. Yeah, as soon as they see you, they will not open the door, right? Everything will reset.
Yeah, so it's just a straight reset, basically. That's fine, that's fine. So, again, Mission 7 resets are normal. That's the thing about it. Like, charge back? Okay.
Charge back
okay,
only, yeah, not super important.
Yeah. They are very, very common to happen, especially in marathon runs. Like Mission 7 is where like the deviation for the time increments may happen. So we just got to wait for it. So I'm just going to wait for a second. Okay, we're good.
Looks like it. Let's go.
Ideally, you do want to hit him with a wrench, but if he starts walking a bit away, I just don't bother with him. So whatever. It's fine.
Yeah, if you go too far away, it gives Steve more time to catch up to you.
All right.
I gotta remember to keep a catalog of the mission death counter so we can review our stats at the end.
Well, if you want to do that, sure, I can't be bothered. I do like that comment there. If this is mission 7, I'm worried about the other 2 missions they bet on. Yep, yeah. That sounds about right. All right, let's see how this goes. Okay.
I'm holding my breath.
Oh, well.
That was the right sequence. That was the right sequence. I think you forgot to crouch behind that like wall there as they ran past you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Okay. Whoops. Whatever. Let's do it again then. Okay. So, wait, which wall are we talking about?
Oh, right as soon as you come out of that door, hang a sharp right and crouch and like lean back into that wall until they run.
Yeah. Okay. There we go.
That's a good comment. Death or reset. So I think it means we're at 3 death/resets.
Okay. Sure. Come back here.
Clean.
There we go. I got him. That's what I was supposed to do. Okay, good. All right, let's do this again then, shall we? First time. It's third time.
Nice thing about using a maintenance jack like that is the maintenance jack has unlimited ammo. The only thing.
Okay, let's go for it again. So flare. Again, I am very rusty, so that is why Mission 7 is going to a little bit awry, but it's fine.
Right, that's why Nico hired me to backseat game. You want to be a little bit quiet with that one.
Oh!
Yeah, you
oh!
It's like Mission 3 all over again.
Yeah.
Humans should be on their way by now.
Maybe.
Maybe they heard Steve and they're holding out.
I don't know and I don't care anymore.
I'm not sure about this one.
Oh, hi.
Yeah.
Oh, hi.
Hey, look, Steve's saving you because Jeremy was shooting you. Look at that. Easy. You're safe. Free.
Is this gonna work?
Surely this works. Wait, why is he crawling like that? That's cursed.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I've watched him. Oh, he's going back to the flare.
Oh. Go away.
Okay, I'm not even kidding. I'm not sure I've ever seen him crawl like that.
Yeah, no.
Wait, I'm sorry. This is new to me. I'm genuinely. I'm not even playing.
What are you doing?
I've never seen this before. I've only seen him do like if he's in the vents. Wait,
does
what?
He maybe
is he
think
confused?
He's in, wait.
I'm sorry. This is cool.
Hey, that's never happened before.
No, literally, I've never seen. It looks like he thinks he's in the vents. What's he doing?
Is he just gonna circle this area? Seriously?
What? I'm sorry. Not that I want the run to go bad, but I kind of want him to get you to see what happens. What?
Cool. Goodbye.
Steve activated dog mode.
I'm going this way and nobody's gonna stop me. I hope. Well then.
I can't believe I have over 1,000 hours in this game and I've seen something new today.
Look, you're kidding me.
Save load, save load. Oh.
After all that, man, after all that cool vibes, he just decides to drop at the last available
I mean,
moment.
for what it's worth, I thought it was definitely over already. Okay, what is that, 4?
Oh, yeah, something like that. That was so mean. Just rub me the wrong way, right, don't you, man? Like, that was just,
That was cool.
I mean, it was cool that we saw him walking around like that and everything, but...
Yeah, because, I mean, he walks like that. That's the animation he uses in the vents. Oh, what type of magic you cast on him?
To get away from me as quickly as you can, Juice. That's what I did. I don't know. That was funny. Like,
that timing with Jeremy was impeccable too. He saved you from Jeremy.
That's true. Yeah, I was not expecting that at all.
I didn't realize Steve was a romantic like that.
Like, he was just strutting his stuff. That's what he was doing. Like, you know, he just wanted to show up a little bit. Yeah, that's all he wanted to do.
He saved you from Jeremy, and then he did a little bit of like showing off. He's performing Steve Riz.
Mm-hmm. Stop.
And then as soon as you thought you could get away, he reminded you, nope, I've got you. You're right here. This is my mission.
So just here, yeah?
Yep. I even like to crouch there.
Okay.
Perfect.
Let's see if this works, shall we? I heard a drop.
A drop? Yeah, I'm a little concerned. I haven't seen the humans run yet. I wonder if I was looking away during the flare placement.
Let's try that again, shall we?
I mean, you're on the right track now.
They didn't move. My flare placement was bad.
Mission 7, the world of many variables and many places for mistakes to be had. AKA, we got bad RNG.
I was gonna say, about that estimate, here we go. Mission 7. Okay.
Oh, clean timing on that door.
There we go. That's what we need. I got no words right now. I'm just like, huh.
So anyway, this is a great way to showcase the shenanigans of Mission 7.
Mm-hmm. And the training experiences you need as a speedrunner to do this accurately.
I mean, apparently you can still get brand new behaviors anyway, so...
True, that's true. So, you know, we're getting loads of things. Right, here we go. Let's see how this works. Was that okay? That
looked pretty good.
Okay.
I'm optimistic.
I hope you are, because I don't know if I am. All right, here we go.
Maybe we were too far left?
Okay, time to back up.
Back up straight. Yeah, back up straight.
Yeah, we've tried a few times. It's not worked out well. Like, it almost worked well, but we're going to try something else.
Charm.
I'm going to try to make as much noise as I can by not doing psycho running, by psycho hopping.
Yeah, this one's an allowed major glitch. We're just resetting a run animation so you jump twice as much, or you make twice as many footsteps.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Okay, 7th time is going to be the charm.
God's sake! Oh, come on! I didn't mean to get grabby when you're going on a ladder. I thought you had a bit of a safety time there, but no, he just pulled me off the ladder. Why don't you? Okay. Jesus.
He was trying. You know, he's a romantic like that.
Like, I know that, like, you know, sometimes, like, you know, you do the spinny around, like, you know, I'm lifting up my partner up in the air, but I didn't ask to be grabbed from below and then lifted up into mouthhole. There's a difference, okay? Did that work?
Oh, you were
okay, no, like, you have to wait for the whole animation.
Yeah, but if the door doesn't turn green, it's not go time.
Hello, Richard. Would you like to move the estimate from 3 hours to 3 hours 30, please? Thank you very much.
I feel like 3:07 for Mission 7. No.
Look, Mission 7's pain. Give me liberty or a bran muffin, please. Okay. Now. Come back here.
Very nice,
Yes.
very nice.
Let's make this happen. Mission 7, the pain points. You know, like how we, as people grow and we get growing pains. This run and this mission.
You know the wisdom of you know, it's insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different results. Therefore, mission 7 is the definition of insanity because that's exactly how it works.
Let's try that. That looks a little bit better.
That one looked good. That one looked good.
I'm going over here quickly.
This is a good spot to hide. I think it was run by. Call it a day.
And a xenomorph as well. Oh my! Oh, the tail scared the living thing out of me!
It's so fun. It's for the full experience.
Oh, I got the tail again.
His tail's clipping. If he sneaks in here, you can use that table and kind of do the back and forth. Oh, you might be too late. I called it out too late. So, worst case scenario, if he does come in there, you can kind of do circles around the table right to your left there. And I have had a pretty high rate of dodging him if I do that.
I'm sorry, you just walked out like, oh, hello now.
It's like, oh, what's in this room? It smells like dinner.
Hey, Babu, you want to go get an alien basket? God's sake. That was so funny to me, man.
Steve, what a silly boy.
Oh, for God's sake. Oh, yeah. Anyway, again through this bits. I don't know why I'm so frustrated by it anyway.
For what it's worth, my friends, I swear when we practiced this, it was like the third time and it was clean. It was like, man, you're looking fresh, Nico. Now that we're recording,
it's always when you're live. It's always when you're live.
Exactly.
Okay. There we go. Here we go. Ah. His voice acting is brilliant, by the way.
Dude, I'm a sucker for a game with good voice acting. Not to be too off topic, but that's why I'm obsessed with Wizard 101. Dude, voice acting game is unironically so good.
Fair. I've not played. Oh boy, I hear him over here. Right. Give me a second. I wonder if I should stop doing this flare strat. I really want.
No, it's gotta work now. Now we're committed.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Are you kidding me? No, it's not. No, it's not. You're not giving me a chance to do it in the first place.
Don't you remember? Definition of insanity. Do the same thing expecting different results. This run is gonna be insane.
When you restart resetting a lot, the game also decides to deteriorate a little bit as well. That's one of the fun things about this. So
yes, yeah. This game is not without its memory leaks. And so you can get a lot of silly business, especially with save loads, but even just playing normally if the game's open for a while. That also breaks things.
Yep. So it happens. This game happens. Genuinely. Again, this game has recently had its 10th anniversary and it still holds up. That's how good of a game it is.
I mean, as much as we like to bash on silliness, it is an incredibly well-written game, especially for its time. It still looks good, even by today's standards. Except that it runs on hardware. Because one of the hotfix runs I did a while back, my GPU died a week before. I had to pull my old GTX 780 out of storage. And it ran fine. It was fine.
No, here we go, finally.
Yes, dude, that's what we need. That's what we are. That's
Where's the other one?
Yeah, well, they're a little slow. Okay, just play it nice and safe.
That's how it should have gone in the first place.
I'm not gonna say anything yet. It's still jinxable.
At least I got to show off like what would have been the intended strat. So
right,
you know,
right.
I'm kind of happy.
Yeah,
and I'm going to safety save.
As mentioned in the comments, this is definitely not the safe strat here. This is the cool strat. Like it's all about like speedruns. At the end of the day, are all about looking cool.
Flexing hard with my lack of muscles. All right, here we go. I did mission 7. Hooray!
I love my abs so much. I protect them with a layer of flabs.
Fantastic. Oh, okay. I'm glad that's over and done with. Thank goodness for that.
Ladder
again,
flex,
everybody.
Ladder flex, is it time?
I can't remember how to do it. I think it's like this.
Actually,
I don't know if it did it.
Close. That was pretty close.
Whatever. Like, as we mentioned, Mission 7 is a pain point. You lot saw that super clearly. Why we speedrunners despise Mission 7 a little bit, and that's why.
Yeah, so you know how we get scared about resetting in some missions? That's why we're terrified of Mission 7, because there's so many things that have to go right.
Exactly. I'm glad that's done. Okay, now, Mission 8 it is. I need to pull up my notes in a moment just to see what's going on, because at this point I'm so relieved from Mission 7 that I've actually forgotten what the game's about. So 1 second, let me get this bit done. So Mission 8, because I thought I might have heard Dre's mic just crash there for a second.
Oh, I typed on my keyboard. I have a very loud keyboard.
No, you're fine. Like, it sounded like you went, yeah. So I was a bit uncertain. So I didn't want to make any small assumptions.
Nope, that's my bad. I'm so used to having the Discord like keyboard sound suppression out this way that I totally forgot.
You're fine, buddy. So we've met up with Taylor and Samuel. We've reconvened, and we've also met up with Marshall Waits and Ricardo.
Story.
Yes, story.
I forgot we're doing a speed run.
Come on, man. So Marshall Waits and Ricardo are humans that are on Sevastopol in the first place. They are, and once again, as I mentioned earlier, you scratch my back, I scratch yours kind of situation. You know, we need to re-engage the transit system. So you go do it for me, basically, right?
Yeah, it's another. Waits was inspired by Cool Man about being kind of cool, cold-hearted, maybe cool-hearted. That sounded better in my head. It was better in my head, I promise. But yeah, long story short, he's all mad that we messed up his trap in Mission 6. Now we have to do the work to fix the stuff that we didn't break in the first place. So, well, sad to have my camera on for that one. I was being very dramatic with my hands while saying.
Look, we as streamers, we never know. We always think the camera's on, basically.
I live life with the camera on.
Why did I do that? I was trying to go for a world record strat. I realized my timing was really off for that. So whoopsie daisy.
You gotta kind of do an L-shaped pathing so he can't shoot at you yet, and you pop out behind the ledge.
And not the L shape on her forehead. Well, you never said
that was not the L-shaped path. That was the L shape on your forehead. It was close, but not quite.
There we go. Basically, don't do that. And you know what? Just because I'm an idiot, I'm going to safety save just before it as well. Just so I don't have to go through this bit again. So it's fine. Anyway. I did something that I could have easily avoided by not trying to go fast. Surprisingly, as a speedrunner, anyway.
You know, it's one of those ones where you practice fast enough times, and it's kind of the easier way to do it anyway. I cannot. I'll just
do the flare strat. I'll just do that. That makes it easier. We'll use a flare in conjunction with stun baton, which I believe we should have a charge available, which comes standard with a stun baton pickup, which we do have a stun baton. So what we do is we end up throwing a flare initially so that the human and the android, they both become aware of the flare positioning, in which we let the android deal with the human so that we don't have to. And then once the android comes back around to us, stabby, stabby, pokey, pokey, electricity, boom. And then we can get out. I'll just do that strategy. Everybody caught up with that one? Does that make sense?
Yeah, if you just do the thing, then the thing happens, and then you look cool.
Exactly, and it's all about looking cool, as you said, Dre, isn't it?
Precisely. Why do you think I play so much Dance Dance Revolution?
Oh, don't get me started. I love it. All right, here we go. So this is like, let's say an order strat. So you got to wait here for a second whilst the human goes, what's going on over here, then? I'm going to get the stun baton ready. Oh, what are you doing? Why?
Boom, got him.
Why? What? Why?
The flare decided it wasn't in the mood to be bright enough.
No, you're not going to catch me. Screw you. What is going on right now? This is not how it should be. Anyway. All right. Oh, what do you mean, Mr. Oh, my God. Oh,
yeah.
Okay, well, I've got two stun... So, whatever. I've got two stun batons. It's fine.
Oh, my gosh. Chaos.
Okay. Android, are you going to be a pain again? Are you active? Yeah. Oh God. Oh, this might be death.
So somehow Mission 8's on pace to beat Mission 7 in terms of reset count.
Shut up. No, come on. Nice. Okay. Hey, wacky. Just. Thank you. And no longer an issue now. Good. So messed up.
So, but this is not quite the world record like strategy we use for Mission 8. This is the keep it exciting strategy. This was actually deliberately crafted to keep you guys on your toes.
Mm-hmm. GDQ Hotfix exclusive.
GDQ Hotfix exclusive.
So here's let's talk about what happened there, shall we? Let's review the circumstances. So
let's unpack that real fast.
Yeah. So we freed up players. So again, as I mentioned, that should have actually kept the attention of of both the human and the android. The human just completely blitzed away towards me, and because obviously the android heard that I was battering a human with a wrench, goes, oh, oi, what's all this? Then, you know, like proper British cop with the baton and stuff like that as well.
I just sends it home.
So I just decided, hey, let's run and make our way over there. But by the time I realized it, I forgot a very important thing that I should have activated that would have actually activated power in the transit system area. And I messed up. Also, there's a fun little thing that we're going to be doing over here, which is that we're going to be hitting the button and then shooting the stairs because there's some humans on the other side, and they'll go, oh no, gunshot scary.
Oh yeah, that's
basically it.
This is an example. When we talk about major glitches, we're like, some glitches are avoidable, some aren't. We don't really even know if this is a glitch or intended or just like a side effect. But yeah, there's 3 hostile humans, and if you shoot the stairs, they just don't ever come down.
Pretty much. So they no longer are actionable. That's it. They're done. Why did I do that again? That's a second. Again, you saw we used up all our good RNG in Mission 3. You had to refresh the 100% strats. I get it. I'm not gonna judge. Well, at least we're gonna be coming up to a mission that we can just talk and not worry for a moment. We're coming up to Mission 9, which, Dre, I know you know a lot about Mission 9. You just rewatched the movies recently. You can talk a lot about Mission 9 in a second.
Oh, yeah.
That one, the long one.
It's Mission 9 time.
it's mission 9 time, and honestly, I'm a little bit grateful.
Yeah, in the flow, in the pacing of a traditional like going for PB type of alien run, right? You've gotten through mission 7. The run is still alive. This is a very stressful time. So mission 9, it's a very slow. It's kind of like the auto scroller of the game. It's not quite the halfway point, but it feels very halfway point for how significant it is. So it's kind of a little bit of a break for you can kind of relax a bit. Obviously you still have to lock in, because if you don't do your lines well or you miss a prompt, then you'll still lose time. But I don't know of any way to die in mission 9. If someone finds it, please let me know. That would be hilarious. But I don't know of any way. Yeah, it's a nice little break though. Of course, mission 10 is the next mission 7 in terms of stress. Immediately afterward, but it's a good break in the meantime. So.
Well, really quick,
go ahead.
We're going through mission 9 here. I know there's going to be a lot of walking forward.
Oh, yeah.
Mind if I read a couple announcements?
Of course, buddy. Go ahead.
Alrighty. So, Games Done Quick is hiring. If you love creative work and have experience in planning and organizing, you can apply to be a prize assistant in our mainline events. Visit gamesdonequick.com/jobs by May 11th to apply. As well, you can go to gamesdonequick.com/hotfix to check out this season's lineup and check out the schedule for an in-depth look at all the week's runs. Usually keeps you up to date on what is happening, what specifically, and when. And if you miss out on any of the Hotfix shows or past events, you can visit and subscribe at youtube.com/gamesdonequick. Anyway, back to you guys.
Thank you very much.
Very climactically timed with the fade out to the beginning of mission 9 and everything. It's ominous. It was planned.
Right, let's endure about 10. It's like about 9-10 minutes of walking, shall we?
Heck yeah, brother.
Yeah. Heck yeah, brother. All right, so this is a big, like, lore point of the game, basically. And even in my notes, it says, "Good lore, here to explore," in big, bold letters. So
here to explore.
I didn't even mean for that to rhyme, but that's amazing.
Dude, that was smooth. You gotta own it.
I will say the TLDR, you can go for the full sort of like nitty-gritty of it. So you play as Marlowe, which is the guy that we were talking to back just before the fade, who has been trapped, like locked in a sort of like a holding cell on Sevastopol, and we learn about how the Xenomorph got onto Sevastopol in the first place. And we have to try to activate the distress beacon, retract the wrench, and head into the alien nest. Drex, your turn.
Yeah, so in the past, I think I had mistakenly said that they pulled this environment out of Alien Prometheus or something. I am so sorry for gaslighting everyone. This is a recreation from Alien, the original. This is LV-426. Actice was mentioning at the beginning today of April 26th being Alien Day. That's the nature of this planet, LV-426, and how it has that significance, but anyway, yeah, it's a bit of backstory. It's a recreation of the game where you can kind of live the experience a little bit. The essence, though, is that this is the mysterious planet with the distress beacon that they were called to investigate. My brain stopped.
No, fine. Don't worry. Brain stopping like it. Don't worry, it's late for me as well. It's 4:24 a.m., so you're fine.
You went slightly more right than I'm used to seeing, and I didn't recognize the entirety of the level for a second. I just.
Nah, it's cool. It's cool. Look, there he is. There's Heist.
Reset on my brain.
Here's Heist. He's going to give us a heist up. Let's go.
Oh yeah, but it's this the stress beacon was here. We're here to investigate because there might be a life, high value, this dystopian universe. If you know the franchise at all, this is straight from that book, or a textbook. I'm saying it's silly, but with different people. So
fine.
There's some part to mention that I totally don't know, but yeah, this is what happens to Foster is the same thing that happens to oh my gosh, how to forget his name already. The guy in the original Alien. I swear I just watched it. The caveat though is that in this version of the lore, Foster is Marlowe's wife. So Marlowe is the guy as whom we're playing right now. It's the only time we're not playing as Amanda Ripley, and so naturally he's kind of going a bit berserk. That this creature from Protocol is caused him so much heartbreak, and hence why he got in jail on Sevastopol.
Pretty much.
And
he kind of like fessed up to it in the end. He was just like, "Oh yeah, it was me. Sorry."
Yeah,
pretty much.
Right. Can you blame me? I can't blame you.
I mean, I could. They brought a xenomorph onto, on board and stuff like that. It's not the best thing.
Yeah, he wanted to save his wife. I can't blame him.
Look, this isn't Romulus with that. They actually got like the enzymes or whatever the xenomorph is, and basically remade the xenomorph in like liquid form. Anyway,
You're supposed to say spoiler alert first, I think.
Maybe. I never knew what the order is. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, like we had to try to also make a passageway for these guys because they, again. You scratch your back, I scratch your back, you scratch mine. I keep on getting that mixed up for no reason whatsoever. Hi, thank you. So
I
because
scratch my back, you scratch yours.
I'll scratch my back and I'll sit in a chair. So we obviously went around the long way so that we could try to get like a C4 or like whatever it is, like some kind of explosion device to kind of then blow up the rocks that are in the way so that we can bring everybody else through. They give us another high stop, and then we go see the derelicts in the distance. And it is ominous as anything, isn't it? You just see a random alien space vessel on a desolate moon that you've never heard of.
It's a very grandiose show, though. It's the sky finally clears.
Grandiose. Oh my gosh. I haven't heard that word used in ages, so... and I'm British. That's where I'm going with that, anyway. Yeah, so we're trying to find the source of the signal with, this is the distress beacon signal in the first place, and it's kind of emanating from the derelicts as well. So... We like I say, we just did a fun little sort of like a minor sort of like time save there actually, which is where if you press forward as soon as like the fading back in happens, then you actually gain enough like forward momentum quickly enough that you can actually skip all of the humans in front of you, and it's, you can get in front of, you can be the leader. And I mean, obviously, if you were kind of like behind the last guy, then it is a little bit slower to obviously get in towards the derelict in the first place. So it is actually a bit of a time save. It is.
The major timing concern here is we want to start the dialogue as soon as possible because our NPC friends' objectives will update once the dialogue ends, and we start the dialogue with a trigger in this area here.
Yes, and it's also interesting, and another semi pain point as you remember when we saw Axel back in mission 2 and how he can take anywhere from a second or instantaneous maybe 10 seconds for him to function. Similarly, this happens here as well, where I think it is Heist that comes up towards us and gives us the last Heist up, yeah?
Meeks gives us the last one.
Meeks, yeah. So Meeks kind of goes over towards us and starts to inspect the area. And then obviously, as Dre mentioned, how it takes a while for the dialogues, the next actions and the next dialogues updates. This could actually make Meeks just go okay, goodbye, and he just kind of leaves away from me for a bit. And then obviously once it updates, he's like, oh yeah, now I need to go back this way. And that kind of that leaving and coming back can take a lot of time away from you. And it's not even your fault. It's literally just about how quickly the game decides to realize, oh yeah, next point, let's go. So, let's see how it works for this one. Let's see where Meeks ends up is the sort of the bet, place your bets, everybody. What's Meek going to be doing? Is he going to take the instance? Is he going to be further away? Is he going to be 10 meters, 20 meters? Place your bets, okay? Here he comes.
Sometimes he'll wait for the dialogue to end to go inspect some funny looking dirt.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of funny looking dirt. I mean, have you not seen this place? It looks pretty
specifically
funny.
The funny looking dirt that's inconveniently far away from where you need to be. Oh, there he goes.
Look, there he goes.
It's wait a second. I saw something shiny.
Oh my God, he was...
Yeah, no, the timing was awful.
God damn, man. That was a bit of a time loss, I won't lie. That's like, I wonder if that is my slowest M9 I've ever had. I don't know. I would be
Surely
intrigued.
it's not the slowest.
Technically, I have like, I do have an auto splitter running right now. It is like a very sort of like outdated splits file where it's not like the most like, like PB splits because I'm terrible at saving splits. I'll have a look at my previous segments and see just how much time loss there is.
No, what?
I'm actually curious.
21 seconds.
Against what the splits gives me, I'll just say I'll tell you how slow it was against it. How about that, right? I'm sure that's sufficeable anyway, right? All right, so now we found a distress beacon. We touch it. It goes, no touchy, and then it turns off. And that's it. So we've just turned off the whole beacon signal in the first place. So it kind of like has like stopped broadcasting so that its location isn't found anymore. But we're here. They don't know that though. So as I mentioned earlier on, like we're now going to be trying to set up a wedge to try to like explore furthermore what's inside of the derelicts. Again, they don't know it's called the derelict. Obviously, we do because we're outside of the Alien franchise and we know more about the lore. And as we go down, I won't spoil it just yet for those who might not have seen it yet, but it's a really cool visual as well. Like it's really sort of like just, it kind of like gives you a lot of premise about like, oh, I see what's going on here. Like it all starts to like the dots connect and stuff like that. I just like it.
They did do a really, really good job at recreating the scene in the movie. It is kind of very fun that you can be living that in essence with the first-person camera and walk through.
Absolutely. Now, what I'd like to do here is I just like to look up and down because sometimes it doesn't want to give you the prompt.
It's not a hard prompt. It's deceptive.
It's really like awkward.
Like it's really easy to miss that that's where you're supposed to go when casually playing because the prompt is so weird.
It's so like fine though. It's like you kind of have to be like facing that bit there, and it's only like in a very like basically on the line, if that makes sense. So, right, here we go. So again, if you've not seen the movies, if you've not seen the game, this is one of my favorite little like sequences of the game basically. So as you go further down, you then start to look downwards, and then the ominous like blue light that emanates from the eggs just bellows out into your peripheral vision, and it's just it's so cool looking. It's such like a big reveal. It's so cool. It's just like the kind of thing that you do nerd over when it comes to like this scene here. It's just like, oh my god, that's so cool.
Precisely that voice.
And live segment.
Oh
plus
yeah,
7.9 seconds. No, plus 7.9 seconds. So that was quite a slow mission 9. It was quite slow. It was all because of Meeks, man. It was all because of Meeks. Shame. Shame on you, Meeks. Anyway.
Yeah, Mission 9 just
moving on,
let
Mission
you randomly
10.
lose time. It's kind of all there is to it. It's a auto-scroller, and if you're lucky, you don't lose any time.
I could have done a smoke bomb strat here, but I'm not going to do that just so I can just, let it run. So there is a little strat that there is a strat that you can do here, which is like if you use a smoke bomb on the martial weights here, I think it is might be. Martial weights. It kind of stops him like from talking straight away, and then it thinks that the dialogue set has finished, and then just advances him into the next action set. So he goes over towards the door, he unlocks the door quickly, and that's it. So the smoke bomb is a very useful strat here, but again, because we are a nightmare, thanks flashlight batteries, and our loot is pretty low, unless you'll go for world record, it's not entirely worth it really. So I'm gonna throw that here. And mission 10 is another like hard mission as well. It consists of three parts. You could consider it 4 because this is technically a pub, but you know,
this is the only
potato
freebie.
potato. Yeah, it's the only food. It's like I consider it potato potato situation is fine. So when it comes up to like, you know, the start of like when mission 10 fully kicks off, that might be a bit of a silence moment for me because there is a lot to do. It is a very long mission, so I'm going this way. So I started running here like, why?
Good loot opportunity. This is one of the few opportunities you have to loot a lot of stuff without losing a lot of time. Or much any. So this is one of those great opportunities to try to find a bunch of stuff. All of these boxes are here now. Of course, most of them are empty for us this time.
God.
But, you know.
I got two things there. Okay.
Yeah, that's all.
2. That's it. 2 bits of loot out of everything else that we found. That's nightmare for you.
Yeah, so usually good loot chance, but yeah, it's other than that, it's kind of like Mission 7, where there's just a lot of stuff to do and to hope we get the right sequence. So, some safety saves, some potential reloads.
Yeah. All right.
I wish you good luck.
Here we go. 1 nut for luck.
Nut.
Is that the first time I've ever used a nut button in a hotfix? I think it is. Anyway, I'm going to go silent from this point. This is going to take a lot of effort, so Dre, feel free to take it away, buddy.
Describe what you're doing as you're doing it, or I can be quiet too. Just let me know.
No, just explain away. Honestly, like it's fine.
All right. So we have was going to start off with a couple timing businesses where Steve will be in range, then not in range, where we can run and then not run, and then run again. Long story short, the one caveat is while it's usually unwise to run on the space station, this level is so long that we can run and keep running further and further away where Steve just doesn't catch up to us in the vents until later when we trigger an objective update which teleports him to us. And then by then we should have a relative position all figured out. This is all assuming it goes perfectly. Relative position should be figured out just such that we can lure him into the right, to upvent into the right vents, and do a combination of using as little fuel possible and running for as long as possible. So right now Nico's actually safe to run here because Steve is so far away, probably. As soon as he activates this terminal here, we're gonna do a save point. Okay. This might skew it, but fingers are crossed. I don't have a lot of experience with that save point, but the teleport action happens once he activates this terminal. Well, the option in there. There we go. Okay, so Steve just teleported. You should have heard a beep on the tracker. I have the audio off, so okay, perfect. I'm just speculating here. And then usual flow here is a bit of running certain directions. We're gonna go in a specific order. It's just that when Steve does drop and chase us, we can flame him. Hopefully he goes up if he goes up the correct vent, it puts him in a relative position to us where he has to do a bit of catch up to drop on another event that's closer. I can't take any credit for finding any of this. This is probably done with a boatload of testing, trial and error, permutations, luck, silliness, and any manner of things. So, another thing you may notice Nico doing here is when he uses the flamethrower, so this is what we just picked up a second ago, this definitely changes the way the game feels as well as the speedrun. It's a very helpful tool, but we get so limited ammo because of how powerful it is as a oh shoot button to have Steve run away. And so what we can do though, instead of holding out the flamethrower, the way that the game processes the damage dealt by the flamethrower is such that it isn't a consistent, continuous drop. Watch out that vent.
Or don't. I didn't even see the dribble coming down from it. Oh, come on.
I called it out just too late. I saw him like, that's a funny line you're taking.
I was like, untunnel vision. I'm an idiot. I was untunnel visioned, where, you know, like when you tunnel vision that you see like only what's in the center. I was looking at everything but the center, so classic.
So fingers are crossed now. Loading from this save point, while we can still recover the run, it does change the formation a little bit. So Steve might be a little extra silly, but yeah, what's an alien marathon run without a bit of silliness after all?
Exactly. I mean, did you not see Mission 7?
What that was basically world record strat right there. No silliness whatsoever. We are only serious here. But yeah, so the way the bursting works is the damage is done is initiated at each click. And so instead of holding the flamethrower where we have continuous depletion of fuel, using the burst will do the same amount of damage with half as much flamethrower time. And we can conserve much more fuel than just holding it out in the traditional expected sense. Essentially, it's a minor glitch, but it's one that's really hard to work around. Oh, that's,
my God.
So that's a bit of the silliness that I had warned about.
Oh, my heart.
Oh, man. It's all right. Third time's a charm.
That just scared the living daylights out of me. Okay.
Let's see, what else are we doing here? So, yeah, a bit of that before flamethrower bursting, lots of extra. I think we're pretty much there. Once we get in that server room, he always likes to hang out in that vent. And as you walk past the vent, not under the vent, he should drop right away, but Nico's gonna do a cool thing where you hug the elevator, and then, again, kind of a minor glitch that it seems we've kind of universally decided should be allowed, where the game thinks you're out of bounds, so Steve actually goes to up vent because he thinks he can't get to you, even though you're just standing right there.
Where is Steve?
He's doing his own thing, I think.
Here we go.
Oh, you got a good opportunity. He's in the right. Nice, that's the red. He went to the right vent. So awesome. That vent by that door is the one we were hoping for. That should get him the furthest away from us as possible for this next relay here.
I'm just gonna stealth it here. Hopefully this will work out. Probably the safest try I should have done. All right, let's not get into the drippy goop. I just saw it there. I saw it at a time. Then
right
hit
there.
this thing.
Yeah,
that was.
Go out of bounds briefly.
Oh, there, the PC. Okay. Good.
Nice.
That's also very messy, like inputting.
That's
bit
my
there.
favorite PC.
It's not mine because I'm like, have I done the right direction? I don't know anymore. Oh.
It feels so cool. It's uppy, downy, uppy, E. No, sorry, uppy, downy, Q, uppy, E.
Wait, uppy or uppies?
Yeah, uppy, downy. I love those turtles. The ones in Mission 18 too. Those are more uppy, downies.
I thought it was going to chase my behind there because, like, you know, the moment that like you show your back to Steve, if you're like, oh yeah, the random Amanda screamed there for a second. That it makes you liable to be obviously attacked and stuff. So you need to be very cautious, like when Steve is running towards you, and also like if they're in their set animation to go in a certain way, they still can hurt you basically. So it's like it's risky, man. Risky times.
Yeah, the way he chases you changes drastically whether you're looking at him or not looking at him, especially in the vents. I think he's like 2 or 3 times as fast in the vents if you're not looking at him.
Something like that. Something.
It's pretty absurd.
Okay.
Is that the taunt charge?
Get out of the way!
Oh, this is high stakes now.
Basically, if he saw me attacking that, he would then go to the friendly Joe would then go to attack me, and then I would be constantly circling around. Whilst there's also a xenomorph threat at the same time, that would have been terrible.
Just gotta crouch hop in circles, you know, and naturally it's no chaos whatsoever.
Sure, I can start crafting a med kit. Flashbang, I could probably put some stuff in.
Oh,
Gonna keep the blasting cap for the meantime. Yeah.
Yeah, worth sharing. This is a really good crafting opportunity while we wait for this door to open.
Okay.
Kind of even a loot to grab too, but all right. Lock in. Here's the exit. Oh yeah, I could see
Yeah, safety safe first. That's probably the best idea I can do.
We're still not completely safe for this section. There's still a risky
I don't have a smoke bomb, do I?
pattern-dependent
No.
exit. Oh, you have a
definitely
smoke.
not
I
panned
think you
anymore.
can make one.
Do I have a smoke bomb? I don't know if I do I?
Oh.
Did I forget to pick up
I don't
smoke
remember
bomb?
you grabbing it in Mission 3. We might have a smoke bomb. Well, you can use a flashbang. Flashbangs work.
Well,
I saw you grab the flashbang recipe.
I'll just take the old strap.
Just going in. Oh, Chris Jeremy's on this side.
See what happens here then.
This is a unique strategy that is being invented on the spot, I believe. Yeah. So another thing I don't know if we really went into detail on in this game is the humans. The humans are equally as deadly as the xenomorph most of the time. They can have two weapons, a shotgun or a revolver. Amusingly, the nature of those weapons is exactly opposite of that of Ripley. So for the humans, the revolvers are extremely terrifying, very deadly. On Nightmare mode, they will either do a one-shot, give you a full health, I consider it a headshot. They will one-shot you, and it's over. Or they will do, I believe, like right about 50% of your health, so you can take 2 bullets. I think you could get 40. I think you can technically take 3. But yeah, so revolvers are terrifying, and of course, all 3 humans, or 2 of the 3 humans here have revolvers. The other one is the shotgun. Oh, we just took a bullet there. The shotgun, despite how it sounds, is actually a joke. At point blank range, the shotgun does 12.5% of your health.
Wait a second. I think the xenomorphs are attacking those guys over there because they were doing a lot of shots.
Oh, sweet. You might be out. Oh, yeah, you got a chance. Nice.
Here we go.
All right. The Xeno Lure strat, the Nico Xeno Lure.
No, I just called it human idiocy because there's a xenomorph on board. They're making so much noise. Why are they shooting at me? They should be looking after themselves anyway.
So that is part
human
1.
Idiocy.
Or I guess 2, supposedly. 2 out of 4 of Mission 10. So this is Gemini now. Similar sequence of shenanigans. I think personally I have the most trouble with this one.
Yeah, this one, it's very hard to get it, rhythmic, pattern-wise. It can go very askew very quickly, so it's quite a difficult one to, get right, if that makes sense.
Exactly.
Okay, basta parlare, wait.
Like
that upstairs
that, for example, I now completely outpan because, you need to try to do it first try. The xenomorph can drop very, very quickly there, and there's nothing you can do about it because, again, its AI is so prone to, sound detection, all the stuff as well. It can go right, it can go wrong. It is what it is. So, yeah. This game. Nightmare.
Right. Half of knowing this run is knowing what to do if something goes slightly less than perfectly.
And that's why this game is pretty good for being able to improvise and stuff. But I like to say that I can understand whereabouts enough to improvise, but what am I trying to do? I might as well just turn the camera off.
Yeah, so this can turn the camera off. I've seen it done sometimes.
Yeah, because I accidentally hit that as well. Normally we would try to do it where we could just get to this manual override and start cutting it, even though the camera's pointing at us. But because I hit the prompt, I'll just turn off the camera. Whatever, really. Whatever. Yep, here we go. So hopefully the xenomorph isn't dripping down here, so that's fine. Because if the xenomorph was dribbling in this vent here, then the android would just be staring at it, being like, oi, what's all this then? And just, won't move.
What are you doing making a mess of my space floor?
Why did you drop too early?
Oh, that's a normal time. Should be good. Yeah, awesome.
Okay.
Awesome. You're right.
I'm going to focus. Here we go. This is going to suck, maybe.
Yeah, so next objective, now that we've activated that terminal, is there are 2 levers. This is one of them. and they are kind of scattered across this area, so we're going to do a lot of back and forth across plenty of vents where Steve can drop and pursue us. So this is one of those moments where we want to very carefully line up where we are, when we are, what type of lures we do, such that he's always trailing behind us as best as we can manage, such that we aren't going slow or flaming him with a lot more flamethrower fuel than we have to spare. Yeah, so that was number one. The first one's the easy one. This sequence here, though, it's such a tight timing. There's a canister you can shoot to yield off Steve only the first time. And then after that, after you reload, it stops working. So if you have the flamethrower fuel is the much safer option.
Nice.
Woo, crispy. All right, my fingers are crossed now.
It's so nice to pull that off. It is so nice to pull that off. It's been a minute since I've done it.
Oh, do you have
even in my practice, even in my practice, I managed to get. Hi, Steve. Goodbye. Saving ASAP.
Yes, perfect. Good safety save opportunity. So this area too, Steve is scripted just to check this out when you're doing it to make it as intense and slow and tedious.
We don't have a pipe bomb yet.
Okay. No worries. There exists alternative strategies. You can just, you can just do the slow way. Activate the android, hide from the android, hang out by the levers and grab the levers. Ideally, Steve doesn't know you're there, but if you throw a flare, the android will take out the flare instead of the levers, so you just kind of have to be quiet. Those boxes on the backside are nice to go circles around, though.
Oh, nice.
Perfect.
Wait. I just gotta wait.
You just have to wait. Yeah, he's slow.
Hurry up already! Anyway. So,
he'll eventually punch us.
Sir, may I talk to you today about speedrunning and how you should hurry up?
No, that's
Pronto.
preposterous. So the reason we wanted the pipe bomb is this is one spot in the game where developers realize a potential soft lock. Since the intended strategy is exactly what we did there with the android opening the terminal, or messing with the terminal, opening the door. Thing is, if you take out the android, oh, you're good. That's chilling. Heck yeah.
I'm just wasting more fuel than I need to. That's why I'm saying I'm an idiot, just so that people can understand I'm not being self-deprecating. It's more to the point that, like, I am wasting fuel right now, and it's something that I don't want to be doing because, you know, we got this whole coming section here where we will need to use a lot of fuel.
Yeah, KG is nice to go into with a very comfortable amount of fuel. If I'm at less than 300 going to KG, it can be a bit dicey.
Just a little bit, yeah.
All
right.
It might not be unwise to reload your flamethrower. I know it'll use up the fuel for later, but
I'm gonna try not to. I'm gonna risk it for the chocolate biscuits and hope. Thanks, babe. Oh, cool. I got whatever it was inside of him. Cool. And it would. Yeah. I mean, outside of the initial, like, you know, deaths and stuff like that, like, it went, for the most part, like, even though I wasn't able to get, like, you know, the fast strat with the pipe bomb and stuff like that, still went okay. Like, I'm all right with that. Because normally that could go pretty wrong, actually. All right. All right. Here we go. I'm going to lock in. So please take it away. Whatever. Yeah, he was just taking too long. Okay. 1 second. Okay, so here we go. This is where it can get a little bit dicey here, actually, because now that we've activated, like, all the power on the stream, like, you know, in the space station, it can start to really alert. Oh, no. I'm gonna wait. No, there's nothing I can do there. Yeah, like just the timing of that did not go too well, so that's why I'm gonna try to re-go for it again. I should have done the safety save. So there was like, you know, that last kind of like lever that we pulled, I could have used the safety save there, and that actually could have like saved me from having to redo, you know, the whole thing. But unfortunately, I completely forgot about a safety save. So it's fine. It's fine. Let's just do it again. It's honestly no problem. So let's see if we can actually pull off what we wanted to do in the first place. Because, like, you know, I was kind of like banging on my wrench for a while to, like, you know, try to get the Xenomorph to drop. That's what we want to happen, like, you know, straight away, basically, is the Xenomorph to drop. Once the Xenomorph goes up in its placement, then obviously it goes into that certain pattern that Dre was talking about. And then you can just straight, you know, leg it without any kind of real worry, and you can get to that safe point. So let's try it again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see if that's enough. Okay. No? Please? Is he just not wanting to drop? All right. Well, here comes the risky strats again. Cool. Yeah, waiting patiently for us to finish before we get in the hands. Apparently, the hands that we're getting is the ones where it's after he grabs us. So I don't know, Templar. Let's just see how he behaves this time. There's a drop. Where? Oh my god! That was far too close than it needed to be. I didn't even hear him come around the corner there. Did you guys? I didn't. Nope. Nope, I didn't hear that at all. All right, here we go then. Okay, so I'll reload here. This might actually help out with the patterns a little bit more, actually. Okay. And just for safety, I am going to stealth it a little bit. Okay. And pattern. I just heard him drop again already, really? Alright, he's going to start chasing after us, so I'm just going to run from here. And I was so close. So close. So you can get to that point of where like the door animation happens, like even whilst the Xenomorph's chasing after you. But if the Xenomorph is like such a distance away, then is what I'm gonna say. Okay, here we go. Right. Now we should be good. Let's try run.
Nico, I'm rooting for you.
There we go. That's what we wanted to happen in the first place.
Hey, for what it's worth, between when my OBS crashed and when I'm back, I only saw a success. So, first try happened here.
Yeah. Like, both tries. The Xenomorph didn't drop at the very first point. It's just like... the Xenomorph is... Like, Steve is really not behaving how we want him today. At all. I mean, what else is new with this game, really? Like, Steve is... undeterministic.
Precisely.
To put it in a PG-13 sense.
Oh my gosh,
what
bro.
do you mean? What do you mean, man? This is what I'm talking about, undeterministic. I thought you was further away. All right, then.
Hey, if Steve were deterministic, this would be a much more boring speedrun.
That's true. I'm going to try something. This is something I think I saw from the world record strat. This is just a fast way of getting to it. I've never done this ever. Fast.
Oh.
Did you know that?
Legendary route?
Because I didn't.
I knew it was all circular. I had not considered that there was a pathing that would be better than the one I learned.
Yeah.
Cool.
Like, most runs that we've known and like been taught or like, you know, that we studied up until like, you know, recent developments, we've always gone around that long way. That's a faster way.
That's hilarious.
Seems like it's a little bit more safer, actually. I don't know.
The long way has multiple scary vents.
Yeah. Okay, Xenomorph has dropped. I'm out of fuel. That's why I couldn't do anything. Oh, that's the problem. Skill issue. All right, well, you know what I'm going to try to do? No flame strats. Oh, mamacita, here we go. It's not probably going to go well, is it?
You know, I'm excited to see what we're cooking here.
Thanks. Oh, hi! Hi! Goodbye! Hi!
You're fine. You're fine. You got some canisters right there. He's just hanging around. He was the hallway decoration.
God. Oh my God!
That also gives like 5 Nights at Freddy's
I'm getting over that for a second.
Where you click on the light and they're standing there ominously. The sound effect. Dramatic.
Oh. Jesus. Come on. Yeah, there's nothing I can do there. Oh boy, this might be tough. Well, that's all I've got.
I'm theory crafting live on the spot here. Can we get a flame somewhere? Or just a long, patient crouch hop.
Honestly, the long, patient crouch hop,
You got canisters to your left. Oh.
I do. I just saw it after I got killed by the Xenomorph. Ah.
It's definitely weird to speculate what's going on when I have the sound turned off. Like, well, maybe he hasn't seen Nico yet.
More than likely. Like, at least like 6/8 of the time, he knows exactly where I am.
6/8 of the time.
Oh, God. Crouch already! Oh.
Yeah, this is definitely a prime case of we've reloaded enough times that his position has been completely askew.
Maybe? Hey!
Oh, looking good!
Okay, so that's okay.
Nice.
Now I gotta figure out a way that I'm not going to interact with the Xenomorph and I don't have to use any flame fuel.
Yeah, honestly, you're definitely in the clear just to crouch hop to the door.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you press the door, hop in one of those vents in the floor.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to do that.
And then if you hear him vent, then you want to get out of the vents in case he's going to inspect down there.
Yeah. To Destroyer of Evil, who asked, like, what made me interested in Alien Isolation speedruns? Good question, actually. So, I used to watch a lot of, like, Alien Isolation speedruns, like, way back when, with a good friend of mine by the name of Psychohypnotic, who used to speedrun it on a regular and still does occasionally. Got very invested into, like, the runs, and, like, I was like, ooh, maybe I could learn it. And I decided to learn this run initially. And I was like, okay, I'll do it as a meme. Oh, God. And the meme bit me hard back because the Xenomorph has been painful today. So I hope that answers your question. Okay, I'm not going to go in any vents. You're
chilling right here.
Just hang back for a sec. Like, that's the beauty of this game. No matter how many times you speedrun it, it's weirdly feels like a first experience every time because of how different it can be every single time, basically. Like, it's never the same. It's always the RNG can be very, very different. And with that, mission 10 is done. Hooray!
Woo, let's go, part 3. First try.
First try. Yeah, first try. I know tried 13 way back when. Like, technically we can say that now because the game is a decade old. So I feel like I have the right to say that. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe? Sure. Oh, God, it's done. All right. Mission 11.
Finally, a bit of a breather, but things can still go awry here. So
absolutely, yeah. So we have arrived back onto Sebastopol. So essentially what was happening like throughout that whole sequence there was that Marshal Waits was trying to eject the xenomorphs off the KG lab, whatever it was. And in doing so as well, once it tried to, like, you know, make it so that nothing got out about it, like anybody's involvement got out about it, so that like nobody's left remaining that was involved. So they tried to eject us alongside with the xenomorph. But as you saw, we were able to escape, and we're back in Sebastopol, and now we got some very stern words to have with Marshal Waits when we reconnect with him, if you know what I mean. So, I mean, I think I'd say a little bit more than one thing anyway. I'd give him like punch him with my fist. Or maybe that's just me. I don't know.
Yeah, we talked with him about his methods.
Yeah. I mean, somebody in the chat said OSHA compliant. That was definitely not OSHA compliant. Are you kidding me? Oh, God. Okay, here we go. These androids here can be a pain. Let's hopefully that they don't join us. Otherwise, they're going to be hitting me for a while.
Oh, yeah, it's like a fun soft like if they do.
So, fun thing about that little section there where it just started is that can be RNG, actually. It can be nothing. It can be one android. It can be two androids. It can be, I think it's like multiple humans or two androids and one human. Deterministic. Deterministic, if you know what I mean. So it's, what we ideally want is nothing, which I mean makes sense. Or two androids and one human, I think, is the backup, right?
Freebie, ask one more time.
I was saying, like, you know, what we would prefer for that little bit where, you know, the androids that sometimes appear is either nothing or two androids and one human, right?
Nothing is certainly the easiest.
Yeah,
if you are going to have something there, when there's androids and humans, they will usually distract each other, so that's usually your next freest. Just don't walk between a human aggroed on an android.
That's true, because, you know, you don't want to be in the path of the firing range, do you?
Right. Otherwise, two androids you can tend to deal with, but just humans is rare, but certain death.
That's true.
So, mostly just hoping for not that.
Now, this little bit coming up here as well, because we are once again trying to find a way to get towards the Marshal Bureau, because we're trying to save, I think we're trying to save Samuels right now, aren't we? Which is the main thing. I've got here on my TLDR. Amanda arrives back onto Sebastopol and has to avoid the rogue working Joes who have had their priorities changed by Apollo to attack on sight. And a few other things I can't say just yet because they have not happened. Okay. Yeah, so that's basically what we're doing right now, is that we're trying to fight to get towards the Marshal Bureau, save Samuels, and yeah. That's kind of the gist of Mission 11, I think, anyway.
Yep, a lot more getting back to where we were again, but then something different happens. Yep.
Reusing assets, reusing areas of the... Oh, yeah, I just realized that we don't have any flamer fuel.
So you have the actual baton truck, right? Oh, you're right, you're good. How did I not notice you? It's fantastic.
That's fine.
Right, nice. The civilian ran into the room too, so you should be good for snipers.
Ah, scary androids! Why am I like this?
Nice. I think you're in the clear. So one thing we're trying to avoid here as well is one of the possible certain death situations in Mission 11 is if we get a guy friendly known as the Sniper. It's a revolver security guard human. Who will spawn under certain conditions, and it was relatively recent we found out what that condition is if the in that opening sequence there, if the androids take out all of the passive civilians, then the sniper will spawn. If the civilians are alive, we don't have the sniper. And so we really want to rush out of that room as quickly as possible, such that the androids don't take out the civilians and we are safe. Now, again, so it's down to... Oh, go ahead.
Probably expecting a sniper.
I saw the civilian run into your room. I think you're good.
Okay.
I'm optimistic.
Well... Yeah.
Yeah, you're good. You're chilling. So he spawns right on the edge of that balcony over there, if he does spawn. And it's just, it is so hard to avoid him because it is just a open place for him to shoot.
Yep, and it's not pretty. Like, you know, especially if you're so certain that you, like, you know, you dealt with a sniper, and then you just immediately bang dead as soon as that door's open. It's kind of like it's kind of like a unintuitive jump scare, but it actually really gets you more than you think it does.
It's the speedrunner jump scare for sure.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. Now you see those androids on the floor that had their eyes the like bright white or like bright red, for example. You do not want to have your back towards it at all because it will grab you the moment that your back is turned, basically. So you have to be very, very, very careful about your positioning of your person and your, you know, where you're facing them.
Their reach is really far, too. It's very unsettling.
Exactly that. Okay, is there any loot? There's no loot. There's no... Oh,
all right.
I'll take that. Anything else? Did I check everywhere else? I can't remember. Did I check?
You got most of them, mission 10, yeah. I think the luck is dried up.
Oh. This is the problem with Nightmare. I love it so much, but the loot is awful. Can I build? I can build a pipe bomb. Good. Okay. Do I even need to build a pipe bomb? I need more scrap.
Nice. It's rare that it scraps when you don't have enough of.
No, I don't have enough scrap. I am completely devoid of scrap. I've only got 15.
This is the rare loot.
Oh, right. Sorry. I misheard what you said there.
No worries.
You need scrap. Like, you can have all of the the building blocks, but you can't build it without scrap. No. So, yeesh. Pain. Okay, so let's see what the android situation is down here. Are they going to behave, or are they going to be...
Oh, sweet.
Where are they?
There's
one over there. I'll see him right in the back.
That's it. You're good.
Okay, because normally there could be like 2 around this point, and they could be very dicey if they work together. I was going to say, where were you going from that point? You're over there. You better behave. I'm going to run around you now. So now we just basically perform Ring Around the Roses, and that's it, because he's only just going to walk after you for a while. Ooh, I don't know what I got there.
Yeah, it's a weird way where they're really slow and they grab a lot, but they're really slow. So in a room like this, you can kind of just do some silliness, and
you can draw an 8 by making them go around in a circle.
Yeah, precisely. You just kind of lure him around until your tram is ready, and then you book it into the tram, and good to go.
Oh, that's the question there in the chat. You probably saw that as well. Are you looking forward to Alien Isolation 2? Nah, I can't be bothered with it. Nah. Of course I am. What
Alien, dude, that franchise is so goofy, dude. I don't really do much with Alien.
Of course we are. Like, honestly, we have been speedrunning the game for so long, keeping the hype alive for Alien Isolation. We have loved everything about it. We still love it. I could probably speak for both of us saying that we are immensely hyped for Alien Isolation 2, or the sequel of. We don't know if it's going to be called directly Alien Isolation 2, but it's this way.
Right, yeah, close enough. It counts.
Yeah. So Exhale for the the announcement of the 10th anniversary and stuff like that. They're like, oh, by the way, it's about time that we announce a sequel. It's like, okay then. So yeah, that's probably going to be like a few more years in production. Like, you know, probably like 3-4 years. We probably think about that, but even still. we will be getting an Alien Isolation 2 in this economy. I'm so excited, man.
Yeah, I think it's still a little ways out, but yeah, I'm really hoping they bring in silent running as like an Easter egg feature. Right, it's gonna be I want it to be some hidden option on the settings menu of enable silent running glitch.
You know what I would hope for the most? If they actually brought the, the microphone usage onto PC and not just console only, right?
Oh,
because for those who do not know, there was the ability to, to play the game but with your microphone on console, so that if you made noise, that would actually trigger the xenomorph in the game. That does not exist on the PC version and it's console specific only. So we as PC gamers have the sad limitation where we can't do that. You have to be a console gamer for that. So it's a shame. So I would love for them to bring that kind of ability back, but not just for like console, but for, all devices, like even a Switch 2, maybe. I don't know. But I'm excited to see where they go with it. Like whereabouts in the storyline that they do it as well. Or, just... Wait, did I get Superman? I got Superman, didn't I? Nice! Okay,
sweet.
I wasn't even trying that. So that's a little glitch where minor glitch that you can save about 2 seconds there by basically having your camera in like a very certain position that it actually detaches the camera in the animation, and then you kind of leap a little bit more forward than you normally should, and then you can activate the vent prompt a little bit quicker. And that's it. I don't know how much fuel we got. I'm not risking it.
It's kind of a clip, but it's an allowed clip because it happens immediately, immediately following. There's no challenge or evading by it existing, so.
Exactly, yeah. Right. I don't know what my health's like right now. Speaking of, that was something I was going to mention earlier on as well. Because this is Nightmare, there is a big guide for damage take, basically, so that you know exactly where your health is at. It is articulately crafted and stuff like that as well, so most runners know exactly the percent of how much damage they took. They can calculate off the top of their heads. Me, I don't remember. It's been a long time since I've played the game and stuff like that, but oh my goodness, crap, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna lose my time a little bit, but
yeah, worth it. Yeah, if you're particularly locked into a run, you will, because you have no heads-up display or way of viewing your health other than if you are dead, then you have 0 health. Or if you are unable to heal, then you have maximum health, assuming you have a med kit. Other than that, there's no way to know for sure. So yeah, what we do is we have all of the damage events, or the damaging events, we have the damage values memorized, such that you can just keep a running total of how much damage you've taken throughout the run. Now the bummer is there are some things like getting shot with a weapon that does a variable amount of damage, and so you have to make your best guess. Like the revolver, if it didn't kill you, well, it did 40 to 60%.
Yeah.
Which, what can you do?
Right, here comes the fun bit. So, the key card to get into the next area is on one of these androids. Which could it be? Is it behind door number 1?
I'm using a non-random element.
All right, here we go. So I want to get close to it, shoot, and attack.
Beautiful.
Good. Perfect. I went the wrong way almost. Oh boy. No, boy. I actually might die. I don't know what my health is at. It's fine. Goodbye. That was a little bit scary, actually.
Like a little bit of silliness here.
Unintentionally silly. I was trying my hardest, but I just lost footing of where I was going. I was like, wait a second. I'm not going to go down the center where they're all going into wars to. No, but I did it anyway. So it's fine. All right. So interesting section coming up here is because Samuel's, the person that we came onto Sevastopol with in the first place, we've been trying to try to catch up with Samuels and Taylor to maybe try to figure out what we're trying to do again. The whole course of this is that we're trying to figure out where our mother is and stuff like that. And I believe, is it something to the case of that because Samuels is on board of Sevastopol, they were also talking to mother in that point, and they got their priorities changed, right? Or something of that nature?
This was... we were originally pulled on for some sort of... I think we were tasked with grabbing the black box so that it could be evaluated later. Since they turned off the distress beacon, they wanted to know where that distress beacon was where it came from, which supposedly would be contained in the black box data.
Yeah.
So we were just on a regular go in, get out mission of grabbing this. Amanda was encouraged to join as the engineer because it pertained to her mother. So it was like, hey, you know, I know you don't want to do this, but I promise this is we have good reason. You know, Samuel's in that opening cutscene is rizzing Amanda of, hey, this is why you want to join BR.
Stop it. Every time.
And hey, since we're here in the game, he had some pretty good riz.
Look, if it's not Crazy Hamburger, it's Steve Riz, okay? So...
Yeah, I got that.
How the terms of table, mate? All right.
They call me the Rizzler.
Oh, don't even go. God's sake. One of the most common mistakes that people make in this run, as Destroyer of Evil says, Mission 7, straight up. Like, that whole mission is easy to make mistakes because that whole mission could go completely awry, essentially. So it's, one second.
X is good. Yeah, Mission 7 just has the most stuff that could go wrong, so you need to be the most prepared for the most number of variables to improv. Unless you're just grinding for a perfect world record run, if anything goes wrong, it's resetty spaghetti. If you're trying to do a good, solid run, Mission 7 is definitely one. In terms of technicality for learning a run, I feel like Mission 14 has the fewest backup strats. Or Mission 17. Mission 14, I think Mission 17 is technically the most difficult because you kind of only get the fast strat. There's not really a slow option.
I'm 5 scrap away from building a pipe bomb, really. I can't believe that. I'll put something to Molotov right now. It's not really worth me making an EMP mine, is it?
EMP mine, I think, is unlikely to be helpful for you, especially since you will get 3 of them here at the end of Mission 12. If you wanted to, I would commit the loot to Molotov, but not craft it yet, because we got 3 Molotovs here. But having a 4th Molotov can be helpful if you're running low on flamethrower. Oh yeah, you're already good. You're already committed. So yeah. I think you're chilling, honestly.
Cool. All right. So that was me thinking there for a second that we had the unfortunate bug, but we didn't. So the unfortunate bug here is that, like, sometimes the game will just allow you to skip like this bit of dialogue, and that's like 40 seconds, I think, isn't it? Sequels, a lot of this game is you have seen Mission 1 and Mission 9, and some other mission that I'm blanking on right now. It corresponds the objective progression with the dialogue that's spoken. For some reason, the dialogue in Mission 12 just sometimes doesn't load. So it just skips straight to the objective as though it finished. And yeah, you'll save, I think, 40 seconds if it doesn't play. This is one of those glitches, though, that, again, quote-unquote, allowed in no major glitches because there's literally no stopping it. It just breaks sometimes. But by means of it being, there's no way to reliably get it. If it does happen, we just kind of quote-unquote, penalize that time back on your end. And at the end of the run. Which is completely fair, really, because, like, if it's undeterministic and it can happen or can't happen, you know, it's not going to be fair to the run that doesn't have it and gets world record, if you know what I mean. So
exactly.
It's good that the community listens to each other. They understand the, you know, the causalities of what this game, you know, hands to you on a silver platter, and we're just like, okay, let's make it fair for everybody, basically.
Exactly, yeah. Causing runners have to reset the run just because the game didn't memory leak the right way. When there's no way to reliably get it. At least for such a long run like this, where everyone has different hardware. Right. Old school running where you're all in the same hardware is equally likely to get the memory leak as someone else. Okay, send it, yeah. But here's one of those. Everyone's got a different PC. It is definitely hardware dependent to some degree.
Also, forgive me if I'm a little bit yawny. It is currently 5:24 a.m. And it's definitely past my bedtime.
Dude, no worries. I'm also riding the sleepy train vibes.
Nice.
This is with my current. Yeah, I'm in the U.S., but my sleep schedule is just really goofy.
What? Why
Too busy talking about sleep. Oh yeah, you got the sensor.
I thought that was enough time between there. I genuinely did. So
he's just unpredictable. I've never figured that right out. Like that makes 12 stressful. Remember, always scroll on the tram. Scroll as fast as possible here.
I sense that Drex is lying to me.
Gaslight Gatekeep Girl Boss.
You remember at the beginning of the run when I said the complete opposite, right? Yeah.
No, we're supposed to show off all the cool glitches, right?
No glitches that hurt me personally.
No major glitches. Surely falling through the tram into out of bounds is only a minor glitch. Only soft blocking yourself is only a minor glitch.
Nah, I would like to disagree with that one. I don't know. Something just does not feel right. But you gotta press the button first.
Yeah, button first.
Yeah. Okay, so the reason I've been calling the tram now is that we're gonna go back into like where we came from initially into this whole section, over to the other side, and the reason for that is there is a lot of loot. Finally, we're actually getting loot and stuff. Beforehand, we didn't. This just gives us loads to take forward. It gives us loads of EMP mines, loads of Molotovs, healing stuff. I think I've got everything here, haven't I? Yes.
I think so.
And
I totally wasn't.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, yeah, you're good then.
Yeah, so it's just basically Loot Haven is our favorite place of the whole video game, especially during the speedrun. So we're now like pretty well equipped, basically. So I'm thrilled about that. We still can't build a pipe bomb though.
It's probably you're probably just what's the word I'm looking for? Cursed to being unlucky with that pipe bomb. Fortunately, I don't think you need it, but it could be helpful in mission 4.
Yeah. So. I mean, we only actually needed it for mission 10, wasn't it, really?
Mission 10's where it's essential to have one for at least doing it fast, but
no,
14 it's really nice.
16. 16 we need one. Yes.
16 it also
the free humans.
You can use a Molotov alternatively though, because the Molotovs work just as well in the games.
True, but that means we have one less Molotov.
What? That's what you have all the loot.
Nico hot math.
If I use a Molotov, I'll have one fewer Molotovs.
One. Two.
One Molotov.
I can never get this fast door. I don't know what it is. I can just not do it. I don't know why.
I think I spotted what happened when you went to grab the. You actually walked back through it when you went to grab the car. You have to.
You're not meant to walk back through.
You through it.
So do you have to hold downwards and wait? What?
You have to look.
Wait, what am I doing again?
Hit the yes.
I completely forgot what I needed to do.
No worries. Yeah, no fancy keyboard tricks on it. Just where you're standing. You want to be standing like you've walked through the scanner and then grab the prompt from the other side of the scanner.
Yeah. 4930. There we go. I'm gonna type it up like a typewriter instead of the numpad. I can just go blah 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 blah.
The typewriter strat. Dude, that'd be a cool category extension. Alien Isolation. We have to use a typewriter.
No, don't tell me that because I'll turn that into a controller. I will.
Typewriter
I will. For those who do not know, I'm an unconventional controller gamer. I can turn things into controllers, aka like DSLR camera, DJ, like a legit DJ decks like Pioneer XDJ RX3. I can turn DK bongos. I can turn a steering wheel into it. Typewriter is my next goal.
Dude, imagine if it jams and Ripley's just spinning in circles.
It's going to be the most noisiest controller. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to play the typing of the dead on it. That would be sick, actually.
I'm obsessed. It's going to happen. We're committed now.
God, that's such a good idea. That is such a good idea, man. Oh, yeah, and I also did an automaton. And I played Kirby's dream golf course in it, and it was the most toughest thing I think I've ever done because
I was so sad I missed that.
It's on YouTube, actually. You can go find it on youtube.com/Nico Hart.
Done. All right, I'm leaving.
Nice
I'm leaving early. I'm going to go watch that right now.
Oh, my God. Yeah, the typewriter ASMR will be unreal for that. But honestly, it would be a big gag, like, stream. That would be awesome, actually. I'm genuinely going to have to look into how I do that. I'm not even kidding. I'm going to have to... How expensive is a typewriter? Like an old school typewriter. Not a digital one. I want that one that does like the older legit tippy tappies and stuff like that. Right, we're going to be doing a minor strat here. We're going to be putting on our mask, and as soon as we take off the mask, we're going to peek. The mask is now going to be on our arms, and that's the minor glitch, because if we get this little guy over here, they would punch us, and then we'd basically advance past them, if that makes sense.
What's funny is this is the same state that a friend and me discovered we could use elsewhere for a very major glitch. So it's a very what's the word I'm looking for? A mixed bag of emotion for me, this glitch.
Now, I know there's another way that we can get around here, but I can't remember the right directions, but, you know, it would have been a bit faster. But
yeah, honestly, I don't know which one's to hit for orange side. I always go blue side, so you're on your own for this one.
All right. Oh, God, why did I do that?
Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O.
Oh, my God. Do you know what? That's why I did that little safety save a moment ago, wasn't it? No, I didn't safety save. Don't tell me. No, I did safety save.
Oh, yeah, safety save.
You know what? Good on you, Past Nico, for actually thinking about your idiocy.
Yeah, I'm not locked in. I didn't think to call it out.
I'm kind of like, I could have like got the secondary safety save, but you know what? Now we can go the other way, and it's actually a little bit safer. Are you going to see that in the next few events? I feel like the audio tech for, like, say, maybe whatever event it is would have a field day with me. They'd be not wanting to talk to me after the run, so I don't know. I
think you would not be allowed to commentate that run, and your mic you'd have to put right on top of the typewriter. Like, it has to clip the audio, or it's not loud enough.
God, imagine. I feel like it's like a one and done stream, honestly. Like, I'd have to buy the typewriter, fiddle around the like toy with the internals.
One on the left.
Oh, man.
That one, yep, you're good.
No, that's fine, I just forgot to press the button thing, I don't know.
No, don't worry, anyway. You went to the other one.
Yeah, speaking of audio, check out Nico's DJ stream. That's true, I do DJ streams. Fun announcement for the DJ stream, but the maybe something at TwitchCon EU very soon for the DJ stuff. Wait, that's all I'll say.
Nico, while you're in town, I should have had you DJ for my birthday. Not that I really had a party, but like, you know, that would have been cool anyway.
Next time, next year. Okay,
if I do it right, I'll be in the UK next time.
Yeah, absolutely. The reason I chose to go around the other way is because we're closer towards like the button that would, like, you know, the one terminal that we wanted to be, like the one TV there. We usually like what I used to do is I'd go all the way from here, all the way around there to don't press that button over there to go then do that little terminal there, because I think that button that you hit there turns on the powers for each of those monitor screens, basically. So it is faster to go the other way there, because then you can turn the power on, you can get to that one, you can get to that little terminal there, then you're done. Now, here's the fun part. This is like the mother lode of where the main AI core of Mother is. And it's actually the background that I've decided to use for my green screen, basically. We end up talking to Mother to try to say, like, hey, the androids, the xenomorphs, like, whatever it is, like, they're all attacking us. And they're just like, I'm afraid I can't do that. And we have to try to, like, you know, let them say, hey, if I clear the issue, will you let me through? And they're like, all right, bet. Here you go. Take the exit. Have fun with it. Like, you know, You scratch my back, I scratch yours. How many times have I said that today, right?
Precisely the correct arrangement.
So it really is that case, isn't it? Right, we're coming into mission 14. So as we mentioned, this is... wasn't it Ek who said, like, you know, that this is the one that they think I might have the most issue with? I can't remember.
Yeah, Ek and I guessed 14.
Yeah, okay. So... like, we'll see how the nest goes.
So how many times did we reset mission 7? I gotta recall this one now.
Don't you go there, girlfriend. Don't you go there.
You've got a pretty comfortable bar for us to be before we're right.
Come on, man. Don't set the bar low for my feelings. How dare you? Anyway, so this is going to be the new direction that we need to go to. I'm going to try to scroll my notes whilst I'm also scrolling on here. So here we go. TLDR. Amanda leaves Apollo and navigates to the reactor core before entering the nest. Can't say anything else furthermore because that's for the after the nest. Okay. So we're now trying to like power up the tram system to get the ion torch upgrade, which is what we're getting right here. We're also activating the android behind us because what we then want to do is grab an EMP mine and set it right around here. Reason for it is that because we have alerted them, they are making their way over towards us and they're like, oh, what's this on the floor? Bang. Speaking of, there we go. Nice timing.
Dude, that was me locking into low percent strat. I'm like, what are you doing? And forgetting that you are allowed to have EMP mines.
Exactly,
like,
exactly. They're useful in a speedrun. I know. Hard to believe, Drex.
Nah, I hate loot. You hear that? Loot. Loot rhymes with loser. Wait, no.
Wow. That
you can tell I'm a natural born rapper.
I've got nothing to say towards that. Just, I am stunned, and you have won your dignity for this minute.
Somehow I'm just sleep deprived enough at this rate where I've locked into banter mode.
You're sleep deprived? Come on, man. Stop flexing on me over here.
Okay, I have a very weird sleep schedule. I would usually be waking up in like 2 hours.
I mean, fair enough. Like, probably same here. Right, so yeah, what we do. So we're trying to now activate the transmissions to be able to move the car that is blocking the route towards the reactor. So, of course, the only rate that we can get towards a location that was priorly blocked off is with a completely other way of going around. Does that make sense? I don't know. Either way, there's a hole in the floor. We go through it. That's what we're trying to say. So, this car is blocking the hole in the floor. So we have to activate all of those 3 terminals whilst that android is in our way. So just to avoid any kind of issues, what the usual strat is that we, as you saw, is throw an EMP mine at the android, whack it until it's dead, then you're scot-free and you can just do all the transformers. That's it. Seems easy, doesn't it? But sometimes the android does not want to cooperate when you throw the EMP mine, and they can be sometimes outside of the radius, but about 95% of the time you're fine, basically. Now, this little bit here, I'm going to say if you are looking to get into speedrunning here, be careful because you want to open the door, wait, and then go, because the android's there. Sometimes they can get stuck, and then they can affect the property of the invisible barrier that it is holding, like that where the door is, like the shutter, basically.
Dude, flare, dead ahead.
Oh, flare, dead ahead.
I'm like, wait, oh, flare. Oh.
Okay, am I gonna get the skill shots? Well, it's not even a skill shot. Am I gonna get a headshot? Is the next question. Type 1 in the chat if you think I'm gonna get headshots. Type 2 if you don't think I will. Here we go. Headshot! Boom! Goes the dynamite. I got very good at that recently. I won't lie.
Don't forget to enter the key code.
Enter the key. Oh!
I'm like, man, this is an interesting new route.
Shut up, man. What was it? 6832. Oh God, I messed it up. Yeah.
It's fine. Hey, at least you're not getting punched this time. You're chilling.
I didn't have to manually enter it. I just had to go up, down, and I still messed it up. God damn it. It's fine. Well, at least most people who wrote a number there were correct. So I think that's about 100% of people technically were correct in the chat. So go you guys. Proud of you. Yeah. Now, will I get the next one, which is a lot harder to do? Now type 1 or 2 in the chat if you think I'll get it, because this one is actually really tough to pull off. Even in the world record run, they didn't manage to land it. I'm being serious about it, by the way. I actually, like I say, I watched it before I did our run today. The world record run was a second try for the headshot.
You have a second bolt gun mode?
Yeah, because you, like I say, I picked one up on the little side there when.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So we're good to go.
Lock in.
All right, here we go then. I probably could have safety saved there, but I will quickly use a med kit now before we go down. That's a good idea. Bolt gun. See, I've got 2 spare. All right, here we go.
Crazy hammer.
Reload!
Right, that's what I was like. I never saw you reload. I'm like, dude, is there another?
Oh my God, that was sick!
What? He must have hit the redemption arc for mission 7.
Ooh, and another bolt gun. Nice.
What?
That was sick.
Dude,
I'm actually really proud about that one because they were like further away than they should be from what I was like comfortable with.
This was the craziest part of this hamburger.
God, not the crazy hamburger arc. What is this, My Hero Academia? Second anime reference today. Anyway. Terrible. Anyway, we're now coming up towards the nest of mission 14. This, I want to do first try. Because
that would be a flex. That would flex so hard.
It would be a flex. It would. So I will lock in. You take it away, Dre. Let's see what we can do.
This is my favorite part of the whole run. Because it looks cool. This part's supposed to be so terrifying, and yet somehow it reminds me so much of my gamer cave that it feels like home. So I feel really at home in this section. Right, water over the floor, stuff growing on the walls, keyboards poking out. Like it's pretty much exactly what I'm used to. So yeah, either way, there's a lot of chaos here. This is our first introduction to facehuggers in the game, I suppose. As well as first time we have not one but more than one Steves. And a lot of cool sequence stuff. They're actually pretty predictable, but it's just, again, kind of like Mission 7, Mission 10. A lot of sequence that hit just right.
Hello?
Such as this guy can be a bit of a silly Billy at times.
We won't count that as an attempt. Once we go further past that part, then we'll count it. Like that's.
I think
that's fair. Because normally they should have gone up straight away, so that was weird. I can tell you where I would start to actually count an attempt anyway. So call that a 0.5 anyway. Yeah.
0.5.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a very exciting section. I suppose it's also once I'm done with the nest, for me it kind of feels like I'm hitting the 3rd trimester of the run, where I've done the second most stressful mission. The thing is, the nest is like the androids right after the nest are the really scary.
Why? Xenomorph has been acting up now.
There's a bit. I should be watching closer exactly what you're doing. If you run early, though, he will be loud and proud before the door is ready to open, so you can offset the sequence a little bit like that.
That might be what it is. It is what it is.
That's gonna be my guess, having been talking instead of looking at the screen.
Multitasking is hard.
Dude, multitasking is not my specialty.
Bear.
Doing
Alright, let's try it again.
At a time is not really my specialty.
Chiudere comunicazioni.
There we go.
Queen!
All right, now an attempt is official. Here we go. All right, here we go. And now we're locking. Okay,
So,
drop behind us, good.
Yep. So the cool thing is the aliens, while they do a lot of scary stuff climbing in vents, the idea is they are too big to climb in the vent that we were just in. And so as part of strategy, that's actually one of those surprisingly safe places. You can get to that. The xenomorph might drop on one side or the other, and then we can manipulate their positioning. Because if alien knows where you are but can't get you.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah, 2 dropped and they were too close together, so that's a shame. All right, so no first try this time. Oh, no. Hey, the flex has disappeared, but maybe it will still be lesser than Mission 7.
The counter is go. Oh, you're good.
Do continue.
I am just here to blabble while you log in.
You know what? I appreciate the blabble, and I do enjoy it, so keep going when you like it.
Yeah, so one of the very common tricks we use in this run for, again, making the game as deterministic as possible, despite its stochastic nature, is this
wrong vent.
Fact that it should be okay, because you'll get into this tunnel before he does drop anyway. He should not be the problem child. It's the other two. Yeah. So when you're in a tiny spot like this, where the xenomorph knows where you are but cannot get to you, they will always vent. I think the idea is they will await being in the vents for the next time you're available. Perhaps to build up more of the. They're one of the internal values used for rating when the alien should drop versus when the alien should not. That one made me tense right there. This I forget what it's called, but kind of a fear factor for how long he's been patrolling. After he's been out patrolling too long, it'll encourage him to vent. And so when he's in the vent, that value is resetting back down, and vice versa. If he's gone for a while, he'll be more encouraged to come back out. So it allows that value longer time to build naturally without it being scripted. Because anytime you script something, some unnatural stuff can happen in terms of a game design perspective. So the idea is they can avoid that as much as possible. So here, right, we are telling this xenomorph where we are, but haha, you can't get me. So go vent. And now, Nico is able to sneak out of here as he's already committed to the vent. And
more flavor fuel, nice.
Just a tiny little window. Activate this keyboard, and then mess around
There's a drop.
with the early drop. Then eventually, hopefully, grab those 2 levers and be on our way out of here. The whole reason for grabbing these levers and doing these shenanigans is that Ripley thinks she can take out the entirety of the nest by performing a reactor purge. And so we need to initiate the purge by priming these levers. I don't know the exact mechanical system they are advertising happens, but you pull the levers and then the thing disappears in the ground. Probably a pinching hazard. So as mentioned before, definitely an OSHA concern, except that this entire universe is a monopoly. So I don't know if they're. I don't think they follow OSHA protocols. Well, our exit begins now. So now we're at least moving in one direction. No more little back and forth. So we have a nice safety vent up ahead. If Nico can play his cards right. Nice. Okay, cool. Another phaser will appear in this vent. We're already locked in. Nice shotgun. That's a scary shotgun shell for me.
It is, and that's the first time I've ever done it with a shotgun.
And the nice thing with the shotgun though is it's loud enough that it should force the Xenos to stay vented for this last book it section right here.
All right, the nest is done.
Nice.
Yeah.
A drop is definitely possible right there, so we do want to be very keen on the audio, but yeah, solid nest. Now it's just down to these androids to see if Actitis and I were correct in our prediction.
All right. Androids better behave, because they sometimes are a pain.
Sometimes. Very, very generous statement.
Okay. I'm gonna focus up for a moment.
Yep, no worries. I'll keep trying to describe what's going on here. So Nico is now, as another part of the reactor purge process, we need to just kind of pull a bunch of extra levers. Oh, nice, Android. That was a pretty clutch one. All the while he's pulling these levers, we have these super androids running around in circles here. And so part of the way we're taking it out is the shotgun shells. While when we are being shot by shotguns by the other humans, they do trivial amounts of damage. As Amanda, they do a ton of damage. And so we are just burning the shotgun shells here to take these guys out so they won't do any damage. Because otherwise they do 11 damage per punch. And since we only have 100 health, I'm bluffing a little bit. Technically, it's 1,000. We always talk about percentages. I'm so used to calling that the health. We have 1,000 health, and they do 110 damage per punch. By health technicality, I'm gonna stop myself there. I'm gonna check myself before I wreck myself. You know.
Look, I'm happy that I didn't take any hits there. That was really nice.
That was a lot of shoddy shells, but they were very well used. So that saves all of the Molotovs and the pipe bomb ammo for later. So this will be very interesting for the end of the game. It might be a pretty comfortable 16 and 17, assuming all goes well. I think Nico really just doesn't want Neck and me to be right. So.
God, the green puzzle's the worst. It's fine. It's fine. I will take it if it's a yellow, but the most one that we want, the one that we want the most is the white, because it's just easy to tap left to right and then just press spacebar on each press, if you know what I mean. It's the most fun one to pull off because the RNG for the yellow puzzle can still be deterministic and you still may get that wrong. So it's one of those cases, if you know what I mean.
Exactly. It's one of the stressors is when you're trying to not get punched by the androids and you don't have the ammo to spare to shoot the androids because you might be running low percent. Getting the wrong mini game gives them more time to catch up to you and can be very, very dangerous very, very quickly. That was some impressive movement.
Oh, thank you. I was just playing the game there. I was so locked in.
It was smooth. With the triple android side, that's certain death at times.
He just had to zigzag them. He had to go like an S, like a snake, like a slippery snake.
Slippery snake. Slippery snake.
I'm a snake. God, what video was that? When was that video even released? I could ask Google, but I can't.
Stop making me feel really old now.
I mean, this game's 10 years old. This is already.
Yeah, I was already feeling old earlier. Thank you very much. I'm just washed up now. I just have to accept it.
I love this little bit. The only button you have to do is press down constantly twice and then hit.
Big power button. Forced cutscene. You finally get to sit back from the keyboard after 2 hours of running this game.
And one of the best cutscenes is about to trigger as well. So I love this. I love this so much.
Yeah. So this is the reactor purge. Oh, go ahead, Nico. Go ahead.
No. You got it. You had it. Go for it. Go for it.
This is the reactor purge sequence I was mentioning. We were pulling basically every lever on the station to activate. The idea was going to take out the nest and take out all the xenomorphs while we're at it. Well, about that. I see an issue here. Do you see an issue here?
The list glasses up. Yes, problem. Yes.
You think that would be a problem? I think it's contained.
Are you sure about that?
I mean, I'm as sure as I was that the reactor purge would take out the nest.
Excuse me. I'm still only got 20 scrap, by the way. I can't craft
Well,
much.
you do have another looting opportunity here, so I have my fingers crossed.
I don't have much confidence. We'll see. So we're going to hit this button, do a tiny bit of looting, and then we'll be going in towards mission 15 next. So that'll make it the last, math. All missions? 5, 6, 7, 8, 5. Whatever. I can't math. It's nearly 6 a.m. Shut up.
It's one of those hard ones where the counting, it's inclusive. So yeah, 15 through 19. You add one, you subtract and then add 1. Some
money add then multiply.
Yeah,
right, automatic. Right. I don't think did we get any scrap? I don't think we did. We got some scrap. Oh my god, okay, we did. So what can I craft then? What's important for right now do we need?
Honestly, I would probably hold on to that Molotov since you have. Oh man, that's tough.
I probably will go for pipe bomb.
Yeah, your call. They both should work pretty well for this end section here.
Hooray! I'll have a pipe bomb.
Let's go.
And we
gaming. Oh, I always forget this part. Every run, I don't know why I cannot log in.
I don't know if you need to keep on hitting it over 75 times.
4 bangs is the one that I'm used to. So you should be good again unless your game just acts up. But that should be fine. So, yep, that's actually exactly the same tech that we were describing in 14, though. Is you hit the tram, and all of the aliens that might be out here instead are forced to upvent because they think they can't get to you yet, and they know where you are now. And it gives us just enough of a window to just run here until the door, and yeah, it's kind of tight. Like, we can't just hang out for free, but we can get as far as we need to for the speed run. Peek to your left, and then you scrap on the floor.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like I see scrap there all the time. I feel, oh, man, like maybe there'll be some.
Okay, so not bad. I'm happy with that. It's a noise maker. I think I need to do, isn't it?
Oh. Yeah, that would be what you
about
would
that.
So in this case, you slow and steady is the backup play.
Yeah. Because guess what? We don't have enough scrap. God damn it! I swear, like this. I swear, I'm cursed at times. I swear.
Nightmare runs always have like one piece of loot you just cannot get. For me, it's usually flares or sensors, but scrap is a possible one.
Oh yeah, this guy.
Yeah, you're good.
Slowly run! Slowly go! I don't care about your safety protocols. Just let me slowly run away from you. So stupid, man. I should probably just leg it now. I probably should. Is he still chasing after? He's not. Okay, good.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. Nice low speed chase.
God, but a waste of our time. You know what it reminds me of? Like Benny Hill, like chase sequences. It's just like the slowest chase sequence possible.
There we go. Yeah, the music still speeds up all the same.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yes. All right, here we go. So we just got like a level upgrade, which means that we have more. Where is the? I hear footsteps around. That's not good. It has like an extra symbol next to us, basically. So instead of the 4 symbols that we used to hack with, we now have 5, which makes it harder.
Upgrades, people. Upgrades.
That's like for every other one, that is not a set amount of symbols. So when we had that, the one that's outside of the AI, the mother one, I think that was 6, wasn't it?
It does start at 5. It's just 5 with a 2-second timer, which by all technicality on paper is possible. There is a 0.3 second cooldown after you hit an input before you can hit the next input. So it will take a theoretical minimum time of 1.5 out of those 2 seconds. It has been done by, I think, one human once. Not even in run though. No one's done it in run ever. It's absurd because you have to get exactly the right pattern. Because if you have to move for the first symbol, it's going to take, for any human reaction speed, it's going to take too long. But I mean,
it would be a mega time save though, but it's just humanely impossible to pull off. Like it's no bueno. It's no bueno.
Yeah, you would waste enough time rolling for the V as the first symbol as the for the RNG that it's just it's not conceivable tragically. But it would save what 15-20 seconds if you could hypothetically do it first try, which on a world record
like that, something crazy like that. Oh, manual number inputting. Ew. Also, should we see if I get the out-of-body glitch here? It's not even a glitch, it's just a weird bug that happens.
I think it always, yeah, I'm pretty sure it just always happens, right?
Yeah. Yay! We can spin around in a circle. We're completely detached from our body. It's so weird what happens.
That's exactly the same glitch that happened in Mission 12 Super Amanda. It just always happens here, but there's nothing cool we can grab, so it doesn't do anything. Imagine whatever kind of glitch we could get if you could grab something.
Oh, God. That would be a new kind of like glitch category. It's just the out-of-body percent, basically. Right, so for this mission 15, let's talk a little bit about this. Once I do this puzzle here, I'm going to look at my notes as well. It's so annoying that, like, you know, they place it so quickly beside you that you can't, like, it doesn't give you enough, like, of a cooldown to do that. Right, so we find the Nostromo flight recorder data, which will be soon. Yeah, so we are trying to get towards the Anisadora, which is where we're on right now. And oh God, okay. We hear Marlowe on the intercom, rush to find him. Yeah, so we hear that Marlowe is on this here, as you just heard that. And we're wondering, why is Marlowe here in the first place? So Marlowe obviously has escaped the confines of his prison holding cell, and now we've got to figure out what the cause for that situation is. And then we find out that he's also taken Amanda as well at the same time, and we've got to try to rescue Amanda and try to disable Marlowe to some form of fashion. And that's pretty much it. And then we find out a little bit more information very, very soon about like how important the Anisadora actually is as well at the same time. So yeah, I think that's kind of like a TLDR version of the lore, isn't it?
Yeah, good summary. I want to add like one extra note. Like we were talking about how when Marlowe brought the alien onto the station in a very similar fashion in the original Alien movie, except with his wife Foster, right? Dude, Marlowe lost his wife to this alien thing. Marlowe is maulding right now. He is ready to cause all manner of havoc. And that is precisely what's happening here. His strategy, as it's about to be revealed in dialogue, is he is going to blow up his ship such that it takes out all of Sevastopol. Like, he is going full-on nuclear right here. There is no stopping him. I'm going to just quickly.
This is my piss break.
Yeah, and as Nico is mentioning, this is a very good bathroom break opportunity in the run. With the timer running, you have about a minute and a half as soon as you hit that cutscene to... You can just let your character, let your in-game player stand still for a solid, I think it's a minute 20 seconds before you need to give any inputs again. So if, you know, in the long run, when you still have a good 30 minutes left, it's definitely a prime time to take such an opportunity. So I guess in that case, that means it's left with me. Man, not pressure's on. Yeah, dialogue unfolds here. It kind of explains a lot of what's going on. It captures the energy quite well. It's one of those dialogues. This is one just like Mission 12, actually, where we mentioned that sometimes the dialogue that is dependent for the objective just doesn't load. It can also happen here. So if it doesn't happen here, it's again another, I believe, 20, 30 seconds worth of dialogue that would get skipped. And so if that does happen, right, we would just tack on the time at the end because we have no way to reliably recreate this other than just, we've seen it happen more often if the game has been left open for a long time. Like you played a run and then didn't close the game before starting a second run. It's the most common. Which essentially means there's some sort of memory leak. I get very excited in the world of speedrunning where that could possibly mean, you know, oh, dude, like arbitrary code execution. There could be all kinds of cool stuff that could go on. Just imagine the potential for these glitches. But
also, hi, I'm back.
Hey, yep, Nico panicking to get to Ripley to where the next prompt is as part of the transition back.
That is like a certain amount of time that one can go relieve themselves. So
it is
it's perfect.
Exactly, the best break in the entire game.
Mm-hmm. And how? All right, so we got 3 little prompts that we got to do here. One is the lever. This one's going to be the symbols. This one's going to be the ringy cross one. And then we got to try to get out of dodge, basically. That's it. all within a time allotment as well. If you fail to do all of these 3 in a certain amount of time, boom, and the needs to door explodes.
Yeah, it's not a good time. Don't forget the lever there.
What? Oh, did I? Oh, whoops! Speaking of,
we were about to see the boom. Now, a fun fact: Lions and I recently discovered that you don't actually need to finish that lever. All you have to do is touch it. It literally makes no difference. The timing is exactly the same, but as an interesting little quirk, just grabbing it satisfies the objective.
Well, you know. Right. So, who's ready to get out of here? Get out of here. Yes, normally, I'll just accompany this with music. It's because like this is like what's the one bit like da 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 da? It's kind of like that kind of vibe,
the
really.
Indiana Jones theme.
That's the one. Yeah.
You said you have music playing. I immediately envisioned Can.
I used to play Supersonic Racing because, you know, we're racing out of here like a blue blur.
The Coconut Mall theme. Pure artistry.
I need to do that in future runs if I ever do it, man.
I do. I need to set up a button for that. That's the peak right there.
That's a really good idea, by the way. Or Baby Park.
There we go. I feel like that's a good one for like you have something really repetitive you have to do.
Yeah, true. Basically a treadmill, right?
Yeah.
Now I want to go on a treadmill to Baby Park. Why? I have no earthly idea. Cool. That's what.
I'm hearing you're going to use your DJ skills for the Baby Park Baby Shark matchup.
No, hell no. That's Ethan talk. No
I mean, I feel like we could will it into existence. If there's a will, there's a way.
But the will is very low, like very, very low there. I don't know. Right, mission 16. The TLDR, Ricardo opens a way for Amanda to get towards the spacewalk. So to get to the spacewalk, we have to undergo a bit of a painful section here, which honestly, I'm very rusty with nightmares. So good luck, Nico. I'm going to be putting out a Molotov in hopes that this will work out well. So please take it away, Dre, for a moment whilst I try this strategy.
Yeah, absolutely. So you guys may be noticing common theme at this rate. Akin to mission 7, akin to mission 10. This is another lock-in moment where we have a very careful sequence of things. This one, more like mission 7, is very random-ish. There's any number of patterns for these. So we have I think 4 security guards here, 2 of which have revolvers. And so it is of utmost priority that we take out the guys with the revolvers while we're downstairs, as they are particularly Okay, I guess we started to lose low health. As they are particularly deadly and are much harder to get around on the way out than they are on the way in. Right, just like everything else in the game, it's a lot of you go in and then you do something and then you have to panic and run out. So similarly here, we have to run out back past these guys, so it helps to take out the guys with the revolvers first while we have a chance. So that's what we use those Molotovs we gathered in mission 12 for.
You know what? I'm actually going to bind it to 6 quickly.
Oh, yep. Good thinking on there as well. So a cool thing in the game, if you open up the radio and you press one of your item buttons, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0 by default, you can also bind that number to that button. So it's not just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for your weapons, but you also get those items too. It's a really helpful one for quickly swapping between things. You know, it's like you're digging in Minecraft and you need to quickly swap between the pickaxe and the shovel. Boom, you're set. But yeah, so he's going along. He's trying to listen for and gauge where these humans are before they detect him, and then launch the Molotov because that's the best ranged attack that does that splash damage, so it doesn't need to be a clear headshot, so you can get him around the corners slightly.
Where's the second guy?
He's probably in the doorway if you don't see it.
Okay.
Oh, or right there. Interesting. Well, okay. Legendary place. So yeah, the maintenance check is the one with the unlimited ammo, which is definitely nice.
All right. So scuffed.
Ooh, that's a scary one. So the other one, this formation is the hallway formation. This one's really hard because he's just there to shoot at you while you try to hit the Molotov. And he can also just shoot through things because
Wow.
Yeah, you know, collision is for losers after all. So perhaps a third time's a charm moment here. But that's sort of the idea. Again, every time we load, they're gonna be in a different spot. Right, it's not completely random. It's just which formation we get. And it's pairings of formations. So the guys in the first two rooms will have one formation, and the guys in the back room have formation, back room / hallway, and then the guy in the hallway also has his own spawn location. So it's all things that with enough practice you can learn. Oh, we have this formation. Oh, this formation, so on and so forth. But being able to quickly identify and adapt to that formation is what makes this mission very difficult and very focus consuming. So it goes doing quite well despite my rambling on the matter.
No, you're fine, buddy. You're fine.
But it also keeps the run quite interesting at the end of the day, although perhaps disheartening at times when you have a really good run 2 hours in and then you misread the formation.
I don't know how well that's going to do. Well,
you know what? That straight cooking.
Oh God! Ow! Ow! Ow!
Emergency medkit break. Never mind. I'm gaslighting.
I thought the dead bodies might have something. Last resort, man. Give me scrap.
You're crazy for that.
Where are they?
All right. Unless that was oh yep, and then this is a shotgun guy. So he does a very trivial amount of damage, but it still does do damage. So you don't want to just sit there and take a bunch of shots. You can help it.
Oh my God! Oh God! Oh God! I got what? Oh, that was close. That was a revolver shot right behind my butthole.
Oh, I thought you had them all. Well, all right. So I guess
no, I got 3 of 4.
Oh man.
Ooh,
so I suppose this might be an interesting exit anyway. Yeah, taking it out is not required right at the end of the day. Surviving is the required part, but as a general goal, we are armed with 3 Molotovs, and we generally will use all 3 Molotovs right here. Unless, of course, you're in low percent, and then it's a fun time all of its own.
I got some stuff there. Don't know what it was, but that's good that we got some loot. Please say it's scrap. Nope, we've only got 5. Oh my God.
Hey, you find 5 scrap. You're basically rolling in it now.
No, I need to find 20 scrap. I've only got 5.
Yeah, that 5 is a lot more than 0.
It's true, but it's a long way from the rest of it. Oh my God. Okay, so let's just get this going then, shall we? We'll see how the return is later, but for the most part, we are getting up towards the spacewalk. That's a nice, 6 minute endeavor.
I think
so that'll be time
minutes.
for something like that. So that'll be a nice time for any messages. That'll be a nice time for us to just wind down for a second whilst we're cruising in space. But first and foremost, we've got to try to make sure that we can get rid of 3 humans here. Most of the time it doesn't go well, so let's see how this goes. I'm actually, you know what? I'm going to take a safe to save.
You got the point. Let's go for it.
Even though I did take a safe to save beforehand, it would give us the more ample opportunity to do it multiple times, so...
Yeah, take out these guys as another preemptive. Save us from the revolver bullets later. Because they are very dangerous later.
That might have been okay, actually.
I
heard the lady scream.
Good. Okay, so you're probably set now. I was about to say that. I had to say the sound off when it's all an auditory cue, really.
Yeah, it really is. So, I say, sometimes we can feel it's okay. Maybe I don't know. All the way, this next puzzle sucks here. We have to hold the direction and then press either spacebar or enter, rather than just doing the single inputting like we get for the mission 14 puzzles, like the yellow puzzle. We have to do 2 inputs at a time to be able to recognize. Why is it more painful than it is? Because of the randomization of when it pops up. You know, you have to time it perfectly. Now we see that once we do these little puzzles here, we also get this little number here, 35. That is important for later. Ray, you can talk about your little cool thing that happened. Was it last time we did Hotfix, actually? You know that you got that animation skip on the dial thing.
Oh, man. I'll call that one out on the spacewalk. It doesn't quite happen yet, but it does have to do with the coordinates we're finding here.
Yeah. Was that in your hotfix? I think it was, right?
It was. Yeah. So it wasn't a never happened before moment, but it's a I've never gotten it myself before moment.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is what I've always wanted to get, because if we could find it reliably, boom, 5-second time save. And you know I'm all about those time saves, so.
Now, if we were doing crouch clipping speedruns here, we could actually just skip this whole going down section, because we could just crouch clip outside of this elevator, or observatory is what it's called, and just get immediately transported back to where the ladder was. It's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, a very interesting notion of this game, right? A lot of times you have games with moving platforms, like the elevators, right? The elevators are a very cool trick. If you walk in the elevator, it closes. And then instead of actually moving you in the elevator, it just teleports you to an identical room somewhere else on the level. And then you can load and unload the levels accordingly, and it'll like render a camera shaking. I realize I leaned back from my mic. I apologize for that. Then it'll render your camera shaking as though the elevator is moving, except that you're actually just being teleported and you're totally standing still otherwise. That's it. Like this car that we're standing on here was moving, or that entire room that we're in where we find those 35, 75 coordinates, that entire room actually moves, and so it's not considered solid ground. And so what happens is if you fall out of bounds in Alien, it teleports you to the last known solid ground, which means that in the glitch tech in this category of this game where you can clip through things using a cool trick called crouch clipping. You can use it. You can fall out of bounds, and then it'll teleport you fully out of that room, because the entire room moves and is therefore not solid ground. It's a very interesting one that way.
There we go. Like, in simple terms, go outside, go teleport, go fast. If you want to go, like, my kind of terminology. So Dre gave you the biggest explanation that you need anyway, so thank you, Dre. And yeah, now we've got the spacewalk over towards where we're going to be trying to communicate with Verlaine on the Torrens by trying to fix the docking station, to tell Verlaine where they can dock, essentially, so that we can be saved. But to do that, we need to try to move these little communication dishes to a point that we can establish communication. Right, with that, now it's about like a 5, 6, 7 minute endeavor. So, Ek, if you do have any messages that you want to say or anything like that, now's a very good time anyway.
For the most part, you guys are good, but let's see. Cool. Maybe I can read something here.
Yeah.
I think we got through most of the announcements. I only really have one, which is thank you to anyone who does sub Prime Gaming, gift subs, or cheer bits on the GDQ Twitch channel. It does help support GDQ Hotfix. If you enjoy watching the speedruns, consider subscribing to the channel to get access to emotes, ad-free viewing, and chat with other subscribers during replays. And good job to both of you. I don't have a whole lot outside of. I only have the one.
Oh, no hey, that's appreciated. I
kind of read through a lot of them earlier.
Yeah.
See, this was last week's. 2 weeks ago's episode. I had like a bunch of announcements. Now I have like none.
Naturally.
The odds, right? It's fine. At least we got some fun things to say anyway, so it's all good. Again, this is just ramble section, so what? Anything goes really at this point, because especially if it's in a sort of like a normal pace of run as well. This is probably about maybe 2 hours 15 minutes just into a run, maybe. So by that time already, you've already done 2 hours of a very let's say an intensive speed run. So you need to ramble somehow, some way, form.
Yeah, if you get easily distracted like me, this is the hardest part of the run. Fully for the sake of it, it's so hard to stay locked in.
I can understand it. It's you are like the squirrel of speedrunning, Drex, aren't you?
Alien was a great learning experience for me to learn that my ideal speedrun length is in an hour to hour and a half for me.
I'm kind of like, I don't know about what it is about it, but I do love the longer-ish speedruns. However, I have been getting myself very much into Shotgun Cop Man, which is made by the same devs as My Friend Pedro. And that is a very sort of like, you know, a very fast-paced kind of game. Runs probably about like maybe an hour and a half-ish. But it's like more intense than the first-person like shooter experience as well. So I've very much stepped outside of my ballpark for what I'm mostly used to. And honestly, nice to experiment. Right, yeah. Go ahead, Dre. Go ahead.
So this is the usual animation. You press the button and the doors open, and you grab the knob, and then finally you're brought to the actual user interface prompt there. It is possible somehow, somewhere to grab the knob through the cover. And it's one of those glitches that, for some reason, it hasn't really compelled the interest of the community, where we don't have a setup for it. We don't know how to recreate it, other than it's happened very rarely to a select few of us. And so, yeah, but the last hotfix run that I was doing, I was finally lucky enough to be brought onto the cool Skips Club, and I accidentally grabbed it. Still don't know what I did, but every time I grab this prompt and I run, I think about it. I wonder how, like, beforehand, even before it happened, I thought, I wonder if I'm gonna get this. I was going for it, quote unquote, without really knowing what to go for. And yeah, finally at one time it hit, and it would be a very great opportunity for using something like Matt Filer's tool, OpenCage, to set an arbitrary save point out here so you can keep retrying it. Because that's the hardest part. It's a, 8 minutes of spacewalk. No, 5 minutes?
Yeah, true.
5, 6, 7 minutes of spacewalk just to get to that prompt, to try it once, and then you're done. So, I can see why it's not a very popular one, but surely we can make a save point. It was found as I was falling out of running very regularly, and while I'd love to pick up the run again, I'm still in a big life transition phase at the moment, so I've been a little wet. So I'm here in spirit.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
I'm living the run. What's the word?
Vicariously.
Yes, vicariously through you. Yes, I thought it started with an E for some reason.
I was thinking it was
like invigorously or something.
Something like that.
Vicarious, yes.
I wanted to kind of touch back at base a tiny bit actually about the the cool like Skips Club, that sort of thing. I'm one of the first, I'm one of the only few people that back in Mission 9, you know exactly which one I'm talking about, Dre.
I know.
I think it is Heist that runs at E, right?
Well, in your case, it was Heist, and I don't...
Yeah. So, what is, like, the whole section of, like, after you do the explosion and, the humans slowly come up towards you and to give you that last heist, some weird reason, I think it was back in maybe, like, 2020 or 21, I can't remember the exact year and date, Heist just legged it in space, in low gravity, gained full gravitational position on the ground and just pegged it at me, like full sprint, and I've saved loads of time. I don't know how that happened. I don't know why that happened. I'm only like one of the only few people that has happened to. By the way, if you look up Xenomorph, I think I missed it, but the Xenomorph climbs back into there. Sorry, I got locked in a conversation about cool things.
Nico, I was lucky enough to recently have a runny boy myself.
Really?
So it made me very, very compelled to understand why, what, how it happens. Because apparently it was, while rare, was not a one-off. So all of a sudden that makes me so excited. Like, dude, maybe new Mission 9 tech. Oh. Neuron activation.
Anything that can make it faster, the better, right? Seriously. Dude. Right, safety save here, because we want to see if we got 0 humans. If we got 1 human or 2 humans, then that's fine. We'll survey the situation, but let's see what happens. Let's reload our weapons as well at the same time.
Yeah, good time to do it. That is the penultimate safety save right there. Like, if you're learning this run, that is the very last safety save that you should stop doing. Like,
should I reload my flame? Yeah, I should.
Oh, yep. You're in the clear on that bad boy.
Cool. All right, the tech here is whack the screen continuously until hopefully the xenomorph up vents just where it landed.
Yep.
If it doesn't start moving around,
here where he can't get to you, but he knows where you are, so he's gonna vent.
Good. That might mean that we've actually killed all the humans successfully, and if that's the case, that means it's the first. Okay, just the one.
Oh yeah, shotgun from that far, you should be fine.
Yeah, like that's the exact same what happened for the world record run. So honestly, that's fine. Yeah.
Big chillin'.
Bing chilling. God, I love that meme so much.
It's so good. It has the same energy to me as Bogo's Binted.
Oh my God. Why are you throwing me back into meme land? Wow.
I stopped watching most social media, dude. I'm still locked into 2019 memes.
I mean, who isn't? Do you remember the days of MySpace? Ha.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do a safety save here as well. It probably is a good idea, isn't it? Yeah.
Yep, you survived that top
we all know how the descent's gonna go. We've got one revolver person remaining. Rich, are you about to say ice cream so good? Because that's TikTok. I think we might be okay.
I'm shook. That's crazy hamburger. That was so smooth.
Nice. That's exactly how I would have liked it to happen. And it did. Hooray.
No, Steve,
Mission 17. That was lovely.
Hey. That was the cleanest Mission 16 exit I have seen in a long time.
Hooray. I'm very happy. Now, let's see how this one goes. All right. Let's lock in.
Similar sequence here. We're going to take out this human before Steve is active. Ooh, did I get him?
Oh, that sucks.
Oh,
okay.
Spaghetti-o.
I was trying to kill that guy. Let's try that again, shall we?
Hopefully that timing's good. Yeah, it's very, very tight where one of the things that we haven't really described goes on, but you will see quite a bit in this run is when you load a level, it takes just a little bit for Steve to get there. I think Steve starts at 0-0 and crawls up to the map. So as soon as you load in, you have a very limited amount of time to make a bunch of noise before he's there. So we have just enough to run over to this human and headshot him. We take one shot at headshotting him.
Oh, really? Oh yeah, I didn't reload my stun baton.
I suppose that'll do it.
Pokey. Oh my God.
To make noise before Steve is in the area and ready to go. So, that's what you saw Nico originally going for. This is the backup if you are going to be a little bit slower. The stun baton is awesome because it makes no noise. And it's always a one shot on the human, so it's a great human tool. In non-no magic glitches category, it's super goated because of the glitch that lets you use it from really far away. Which is not how it's designed, but it feels extremely powerful. You just click and the humans die. It's like you have a death ray.
Okay, the code is 1851. I have some note guys right next to me as well, even though I knew it already, just in case. There's technically two codes that you need to enter in a Mission 17, which is 1851 and 1984. 1984 also being a reference to the, the thing. Did I really just... Okay, I'll just manually enter it. To the George Orwell books, isn't it?
Yes! Yeah, the classic dystopian novel.
What a world we live in right now. It's getting close to the book. Anyway, I'm gonna use the save station that's next to this door here because the face hugger can be a bit of a pain. There usually is another strat around it, but because we don't really have a like, well, I could use a noisemaker here actually to make this xenomorph open the door here, but I didn't, so I'm not gonna bother.
Hey, totally valid strat. You saved yourself flamethrower fuel either way, so that is completely fine.
Here we go. There's a beep.
I think what Nico did there was actually pretty cool because it does showcase.
Come on, I flamed you enough, mate.
There's two things here that showcase two different elements of this game, actually. So the first one is, when we talk about strategy, there's about 3 different strategies here, very similar amount of timings, all as different ways to avoid using fuel that you don't need to use. And so that was one such case. So he did a bit of a safer strat here, didn't try to throw any lure or anything. But as it turns out, it also works just fine, right? If you want to save 3 seconds, you could try to throw a lure and have Steve open the door for him, but then you have a situation where you have to get around Steve in the first place, so that's going to be some extra fuel. So trade-offs, right? It's running this game really well is not just a learn one strategy perfectly. It's constantly evaluating what loot you have and then determining the best thing to go for the given situation.
Exactly, and the matter of fact that like I've had to do a good amount of improvising today as well is a big testament towards that anyway. So
yeah, the scrap loot is definitely throwing off some strats.
It's so true. How much scrap do I have now? Still 5. Seriously, what like? Oh, that's so painful, man. I can't believe that. Genuinely, I don't think I've had a nightmare run that has been so, like, where the scrap has been the most illicit thing to obtain, if you know what I mean. Just, it's illegal to own scrap, essentially.
I suppose, yes. The scrap is contraband this time. Oh, don't forget to smack this tram in here.
You don't always need to, really? But it is advised.
Oh, so now I'm learning this time.
Depending on like how like you know like lesser of Steve has been, then it's not really needed. Obviously, the reason that you'd want to whack the side is to kind of bring Steve back over there, if that makes sense. But if you're confident enough that Steve won't even spawn on the other side, then you're fine, basically.
Yeah, you know, very true. You had a very passive Steve in our the committed route that time. I had not considered that. And I was just
Apart from mission 7.
Use just one strat, and then I'm so used to using only one strat, and then if it doesn't work, I reset.
Yeah, no, that's you know what I was saying earlier about like you can't teach an old dog new tricks? That's basically it.
Yeah, I'm such a muscle memory monster at this rate.
Mad, same. All right, here we go. This is the start of where mission 17 gets a little bit trickier. Gonna grab a Molotov. This is our last Molotov. Ooh, no, I'm not gonna use it then. I'm gonna have to use the flaming fuel because we probably might need to use the Molotov for later. I think we go in whatever it is and then we run it back over. I don't know if we had what we need. I think we just needed a prosecutor. Need to go over to here.
But you're all good.
Cool. Get the key card, go over to this, then we go back around over this way. We go over to this little key card terminal. We enter it. We go over to the right, use, get a few other things. Cool. That radio is going to be trying to make the xenomorph actively hearing that radio so they can try to attract the attention of the xenomorph over to here. And let's see if it doesn't spawn over this side then, shall we? All to do, make sure it doesn't spawn here. And we good. I hope that explanation made sense.
It's a really fun sequence, I promise.
There's a lot that goes on there. And again, like it's only going to get more intensive and we're going to be able to perform a really cool like PC only strat very shortly as well. It's one of my favorite mechanics of this speedrun as well, to know that like it is PC exclusive. Sorry, console gamers. You need to have like a PC that will be able to perform over 100 and I think it's like 180 FPS or something.
So the trade-off is though, the console gamers actually are winning this one.
Wait, apparently I've got some scrap. Hey!
Oh, snap. Let's go.
Well noticed, ATX. Will we end up using it? Who knows? Is it too late? More than like, actually no, I probably need to craft a med kit at
Molotovs,
some point.
if you have extras in mission 18, can absolutely be used comfortably in mission 18.
Damn it.
Oh, oh.
Oh, no.
I didn't see where you meant the safety save. Okay, not too far back.
Still annoying though. Oh well. Here we go again then. So at least we know we can get some scrap this time. That we've scrap, give a scrap, take it away.
We finally craft, and it's all for naught.
You want some, I give it you, and take it away. Anyway, let's go. So we do the same things again. So was it that one android that was on the floor, maybe?
You know, I missed where it came from. I was thinking about.
I hope ATX knows our chatter there. I hope they know where it came from because I would love to know right now.
Oh, right there.
Was it that? Was it literally that?
Right there. My voice cracked so bad right there.
Look, we were both excited, okay? We finally got the scrap.
Yeah.
Okay.
My attempt to forcibly crack my voice did not go quite as fruitfully.
Look, you can't force a voice crack. It performs itself naturally.
Apparently not.
Okay, so what I'll do before we'll go in, I might actually craft a med kit just beforehand, just so we have a nice little, safety going in. So we can craft 2. I am going to do that, actually. Good. I'm going to use 1. That was a very bad idea.
Oh, interesting sequence we've unlocked, but why not?
Yeah, why not? Not gonna go well. Okay. Well, we had the scraps. We've used it. We've got more things to protect ourselves for health, which is nice. Which we definitely will need for maybe 18, actually. Possibly. I'm trying to think out loud right now. I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, I get you. Sometimes that's all you have to do. Keep track of your health, keep track of the loot. Gotta talk to yourself a little bit. I'm pretty sure you're doing pretty well though. Flamethrower fuel should be good with that very, very conservative beginning of mission 17.
I'll try the Molotov here.
Yep, I think you got it. Or flamethrower.
Good. I think that's shotgun shells and some flamer fuels. That's good. Gonna reload right now.
Oh yeah. That's
okay, so here comes the PC strat. So what we need to do is we need to run in towards the animation of the xenomorph spawning and flame it like about 3 to 4 times. By doing that, it will go immediately into its wanting to vent upward states, and you can just get that lever instantaneously, and you're good. Love pulling that off. It is super easy to pull off. But basically it kind of just avoids that whole animation. Basically, it's so sick. All right, here we go. Oh, I hear it rattling around right now. Risky.
You got me all tense in this one. The hallway, the lights off is always a delicate listening experience.
Okay, this is fine. It's not over and done with yet. It will be soon. Oh my god!
Nice reaction. I was a little wary of that one right there. You might have them in the vent with that timing, but if you've got the fuel, you should be good.
Yeah. Well, I think we might be okay, but still, god, that was a panic injury. I did not want to risk it. I could have done it whilst I was in a vent.
Good play safe. You have the, I think. No, I might be gaslighting.
God damn it.
You're probably fine.
Yeah, we're fine.
Let's go.
We're good. It's good. Okay, so we are very closely on our way towards mission 18. I'm sorry for the overestimates and stuff. I'm so sorry, Tech. Oh, this run has not gone exactly well as I wanted. So again, it is the nature. Look at me trying to quote 3 hours for an estimate. Imagine it going as smoothly as that, right?
Your sum of best is under 3 hours. I need to calm my banter. I don't know what's into me today.
I don't believe it, but apparently my sum of best for my old splits was 247. I don't know how accurate that is for Nightmare. Sure. I mean, I don't even remember what my actual personal best for Nightmare is. I think it's like a 250 or something.
That would make sense. That's a really solid time. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure somebody could load up SLC and they could be able to tell me, but I can't remember. I'm terrible. My short-term memory is terrible nowadays. Right, mission 18. We need to try to help Verlaine to be able to dock, so we need to try to extend the docking clamps towards the Torrens. But before we do that, we've got to try to, deal with all the xenomorphs that are on this area here. So we've got to be super stealthy, super, precise, because it is not easy, this area. So here we go. Oh, come on. There we go. Nice.
It was almost really clean. You got those first 2 right away.
Now, after we've done that for the first time, we do need to be a little bit quieter afterwards. I am not that confident with the Nightmare strats for this one, so I would just lock in and see if I can do this. I know that I saw something from the world record run earlier on. Not keen to replicate it because I'm not, entirely confident, but...
Yeah, it's a new,
we'll just see how it goes.
Lure is probably what you had seen. Which,
yeah.
It's
so they hit
slightly faster, but if you don't know the pattern, it's certain death.
Yeah.
So, no problem being slightly safer. They're a bit of scrap, although far.
I was gonna say, was that more scrap? Yes, it was. Hooray! I could probably craft another medkit if I wanted to. Did I take any damage before we went in?
I don't think so. I think you're still at least 50 health.
Okay, be avoiding of that guy because he can grab you. Love doing that. Up E, down E. Okay. I'm just gonna stealth all the way through. I know it's gonna be a little bit slower in the junction towards the time that we're already at, but
stealth is solid here. Stealth is solid here. I would totally grab that safety save at the top of the stairs too.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm gonna do. Absolutely. Do it. I would more than likely do it after I've done the other docking clamp. Excuse me.
Your call.
Get some more flame of fuel whilst we're at it. Cool. We're good. And after we've done the docking clamp, we can run towards the safety save. Good. Okay. And here we go. And now we should be good. All right. So here's what I'm going to do first. I'm going to go into it, do a shotgun, go all the way down running through. Flame that guy upwards. Okay, that's new.
Beautiful. Oh, he was not hesitating.
I forgot to reload.
I was starting to wonder. Oh, man. Hey, most of the footwork was in place.
Exactly. Here we go. Now we've got some flaming fuel. Okay, so wait, which way was it? Yes.
Second time charge. Oh.
No, that was well too late. That was well too late. Oof. Okay. Try it again. I'm trying to think about this one. You know what I might do? I might do 2 shotguns.
Shotgun is very solid play. It's the shot on this guy's not too bad, but he does like to move pretty fast.
What? Did I not shoot him correctly?
I think you were a little left of his core.
Ah, damn. Okay. Okay, let's try it again. Go.
That's crazy.
There we go.
Nice, clean. Beautiful.
Hey, that's not bad. That was like about 3 tries, was it? That's not bad.
Yeah, that was solid. Solid, especially for being exhausted at the end of a long run.
I mean, it is 6:43 a.m. what's a little bit of sleep not good? I don't know. And there's a sleep deprivation for you.
I understood exactly what you said.
I'm glad that we speak the language of sleep deprivation. Of course. Okay.
Precisely.
Okay. Let's end this. This is probably going to be about maybe another... If we're going to estimate it right now, it's probably going to be about another 10 minutes-ish, roughly, of estimates. Probably around that, because it does take about 5 minutes from a certain point. And to get up to that point, it's probably about 5 minutes. Yeah, I'll say about maybe 10 minutes-ish from now, I reckon. Hopefully.
Okay, so yeah, we're coming in close to the third estimate.
Yeah. I'm just constantly increasing. Just put question mark for it.
There we go. Yeah, why don't we just have a question mark estimate? 3 question mark ...
Hey, I just want to say, for what it's worth, it's like 3 a.m. your time. You're back from being jet lagged. It's a nightmare of a category. You did good.
Oh, I was going to try to go for Hugger Boost. I was trying to be too smart about it. Whatever.
Yeah, hit with the man dab.
Look, I am not the greatest at Hugger Boost. I don't know what possessed me to try.
It's exciting, right? It's one of those minor glitches that we allow because it's just a speed save.
Yeah, do you want to explain a little bit about what Hugger Boost is so that people can understand?
Yeah, absolutely. This is a movement speed glitch where when the facehuggers jump on you, they try to lock into your position, and so I'm phrasing it a little bit silly because I'm having a brain fart in exactly the mechanic, but long story short, if you can't stand up, instead of jumping straight onto your face, they try to jump through you, which adds your crouching speed plus their jumping speed for the duration of the animation, which it makes you go this very quick, very fast lurch forward when you're in a enclosed space like this. If you do a proper Hugger Boost, I think it could save a good 5-10 seconds, I believe.
Something like that, yeah. It is a surprisingly big time save, honestly. Okay, so for this section, cool. This section here, there's 2 ways of doing it, which is either throwing a flare, which I don't know how many we got, or as soon as this animation ends here, just do a single revolver shot, which you're going to do, and that stops the second alien from falling down, which allows us to walk through it, inadvertently, saving more time. It's really easy to pull off, really easy. I'm going to pre-crouch here, because when we initially stand up, it'll bring us back into crouching, and there's actually a little gap that the devs forgot to wall off this bit here, that we could just go underneath it. Super easy. Yeah.
Solid.
All right, and now be careful that you don't walk further than the train, because the train will hit you first.
Hope you like jump scares.
Yep. I've got 85 flame of fuel left. That's going to be enough to kill the last 2. How much is a single, tap?
A good burst is 10.
Sorry, how much?
A really solid burst is 10. A slower burst is 20.
Okay, that should be fine then. That should be fine. There's only one way to find out. These last 2 facehuggers that could be a run ender, for example, but if you're not confident about your flame of fuel, then it could go one way or the other. So here we go.
You got this.
See, when you do
a CC only run.
Oh, I was literally you and me on the same minds here. If you're doing a CC only run, like for this specifically, you'd have to use the shotgun to be able to kill them, and you have to kill 2 of them at the same time. It sucks. Now, can I get this thing here? I have never got that before. I have never got that before. Literally never got that before. On a marathon run, I managed to get that skip. I am so thrilled about that. I am so thrilled.
Dude, that was awesome. Yeah, I know.
Okay, then.
It like happens sometimes.
So you need to crouch into that corner, and if you do like a perfect whale, like some kind of sequence or whatever it is, you just fall through it. Now there's another way that you can set it up, which is to be able to go onto the ladder, then hold backwards or something like that. I can't even remember, and the fact that I couldn't even remember how to do it, I'm kind of glad I pulled that one off. Actually,
sometimes the not thinking is the right way to execute.
You know what? I'm just gonna live my life like that. I think that's the best idea. Right, from this minute, it's 5 minutes of like RTA before we will conclude this run. We'll be going into mission 19, which will have the very final pinnacle of the run, which is, will we get fast walk? Nobody knows. We'll find out. It's random. But before we do that as well, whilst we are trying to leave to go back on towards the Torrens there, we wanted to perform one final minor glitch, which is the double pins, which, if you've never heard of it before, it's as simple as it sounds. Try to get 2 pins at the same time, save 15 seconds. You do it twice, saves 30 seconds. That's pretty much it. And aside from that, that's pretty much going to be the end of the run soon. So, dude, I'm still so thrilled about that elevator skip.
I'd never be too mad about a completed no.
It's funny because, like, if I recall correctly, quite a few people tried to teach me how to do it, and I've always just like never understood it, never got it, and everything like that. I can't believe I just did that. I genuinely can't believe that,
dude. Right? I had guidance on it, and then I've immediately forgotten afterward.
Like, yeah, well, it's. I don't know. That's a nice way to kind of round up to run anyway with something that I've never been able to perform before. So, hell yeah. Cool. Right, let's go do those double pins then, shall we? So, it's to perform the double pins. This is why we actually have the scroll wheel on the mouse. It makes it a lot easier. It is possible to do with your normal keyboard, for example. I think, oh my god, Dre, I remember, I have actually done double pins on the DSLR camera.
Dude,
if I recall correctly,
awesome.
I think I have done that as well. So it's all about like being able to like flick from left to right and make sure you just like poke both of the pins at the same time before it brings you towards the animation of you interacting with the pins, if that makes sense. So
right. It's the timing actually isn't too bad. It's a bit of a feel to get used to, but yeah, it's executable on weird controllers. So if you're casually playing and you want to do a cool speedrunner trick, right here, you just look at both and you click twice. Yeah,
it's as easy as that. And even in the world record run for No Major Glitch Nightmare, XR Man doesn't do both doubles. So there's still 15 seconds that can be saved against the world record, which is kind of wild to think about, honestly. Right.
Oh, free 15.
These are the double pins. All right, here we go. Let's do this. Lock in. Easy, that's one.
That's looking good.
I like how I said, like, that's what we have the scroll wheel for. And I end up just doing it on the keyboard because I'm so comfortable with that anyway.
I never get it if I use the scroll wheel. I don't know what it is about double pins.
There we go. Lovely
double
stuff.
doubles.
The double, triple trouble.
If you did fast enough, these second ones won't even render.
Maybe. Nah, I think they're both rendered.
Let's see. Do you get the left one? Oh, bummer. If you're extremely fast,
sometimes they just don't render. It's weird, but either way, we are coming up towards the final mission, and we will be calling time. I'll give you like a very close timing for when I'll be calling it. So we'll be seeing like the Xenomorph kind of like slowly clambering towards us, and that's when you should get ready for the time. So Pray for fast walk. Prayers in the chat. Let's go.
Fast walk. Yeah, this is the real last glitch. It's the teller of the run. If you don't get fast walk, you might as well reset. Like it's just not meant to be.
It is like actually 8.7 seconds of time loss if you don't get it. So
yeah, it just randomly does or doesn't happen. That looks like a slow walk to me. Yeah, no, we gotta reset here. Bump the estimate up to 8 hours.
Bump it up to like 10 years. Why not? I guess.
Yeah, 10 years. Yeah, because that's when I'll finally open the game again.
Sure. All right. So here we go. We are getting close to time. So as soon as the screen goes to black, essentially that'll be time. But I will say it I'll say it vocally as well. I'm just gonna spam WASD because we do have to like press the direction buttons in a specific order, but I just like to spam it for great victory. So we press the E button here in a second, and time is now. That's time with an IGT of 3 hours 39 minutes 46 seconds 0.527. That's a speed run I just did.
Well, I do appreciate both of you doing the run. I know not all runs go well, but you know what? It was a good time, and that's the important part here.
Exactly. Hey, that's the nature of speedrunning, isn't it? Like, you have the good runs, you have the bad runs. Sometimes you have the really bad runs, but at the end of the day, you're doing something you love. You get to enjoy yourself with having some fun nature of being able to pull off cool strategies and cool glitches and cool techniques. I always enjoy what I get to do here, and I'm always grateful when, you know, yourself, Dice, invites me onto Games Done Quick. So thank you very much for inviting me. I guess I'll do the end plugs now. So again, if you want to find out more about me as a creator, as a speedrunner, as a weird controller guy, you can find me in Nico Hearts on Twitch, on YouTube, social media is Hello Nico Hearts. You can find me on Blue Sky, Instagram, X, places on the internet. And I'll probably be returning back to stream officially on Friday. I've been off on holiday for a while, so I'll be back properly on Friday playing some Claire Obscure Expedition 33. I'm so excited for that. Dre, tell everybody about you and where they can find you and stuff.
Hey, totally. Well, first I should say thank you so much for having me, Nico. I always am honored when you invite me along to spit some mad banter and silly, outdated memes your way. So yes, true. I am a currently on break streamer. I desperately miss making content. I've been away for officially too long. I'm going through a pretty big life transition period just with like career and the silliness that comes along with that time constraint. So my channel has not been super crazy lately, but I have big plans to, as soon as I can, get back into streaming. My Twitch is just twitch.tv/Dreyx, and then my hopefully that will come with some YouTube videos as well. youtube.com/Dreyx. Other than that, I don't really exist on social media anymore. The scrolly stuff just stopped doing it for me. So if you ping an account there, don't expect a reply. And I suppose my Discord is at Dreyx. I love talking to anyone and everyone, so you're more than welcome to shoot me a message over there. But yeah, that's me. Again, thanks so much for having me, and Nico, back to you.
Absolutely.
Cool, yeah.
Thank you both for doing the run. I know not everything goes according to plan, but I appreciate you both sticking with it, and especially given the hour situation for you. Hopefully the return to streaming will be good, Mr. Nico Hart, and I do want to say thank you once again for doing that run. As well, if you did enjoy the run, you can find the links of both Nico Hart and Dreyx in chat. If you want to see more alien stuff, check them out when they're on. Or I guess Claire Obscure in that case coming up. Anyway, thank you for watching this episode of Speedruns from the Crypt, your bi-weekly horror hotfix. We'll be back in about 2 weeks. We also have some more horror games. This time we'll probably stick with some shorter games, just because I know the last couple of, I think the last few episodes have all been one longer game. It'll be nice to see maybe some shorter games. So ideally that will be the plan. Anyway, I've been your host, Dices. I tend to plan a lot of these shows out, so if you are ever interested in that, you can find my name somewhere here on the screen. I tend to talk a lot about how the crypt works. Anyway, We will be back in about 2 weeks. Before we do go, though, I just want to say that if you missed out on Crosshair or Speedruns from the Crypt, you can stay tuned as we replay both shows after this. You can also tune in tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. Eastern for the first day of PAX East. Anyway, have a wonderful rest of the day and or night, and take it easy.